Maybe?
Maybe.
No, I just don't like these.
Wow. Okay, we are live. Time to do the alerts and stuff. PS : Twitch. All right. There we go. We're going to a casino.
Forgot about that. Now I got the music from that freaking level in Sonic 2.
Oh, the casino one?
Mm-hmm.
Casino Zone, classic.
Yeah. I don't remember it, but... Okay. And D&D Beyond this week because we're actually doing D&D this week, today.
And tomorrow too.
Loosely. It's loosely D&D.
It's about the best D&D we can get at the moment. How is it loosely D&D? What do you mean by that?
Because we're so fucking chaotic.
That seems kind of part of the course.
Yeah.
There's normal D&D chaotic, which is potentially game ending, right? And then there's us, okay? We are a different breed.
Velixian. Only do it if you're a halfling divination wizard with the lucky feat? Oh, you're answering the question I posed. Hello, Velixian.
I love the combination that Skylar sent me the other day. It was the BBEG thinking just another bard is showing up, but it's bard multi-class into a divination wizard and forces the BBEG to fail their saving throw on irresistible dance.
Divination wizards are dope.
Excellent, and the volume is working as intended.
The volume is working as intended? Awesome. Good to know.
Just a quick question, and I know I'm showing my lack of taking notes as a TM, but does anyone remember where I said that the casino was?
Video seems to be a slideshow.
anyone has it, it'll be Lyslin.
There we go. Thank you.
I just know we're looking for Eddie the Bookie.
Also, I apparently had it
Oh, I didn't even
on
know
DM
that.
Zoom the whole time.
Well, I'm looking for Eddie the Bookie.
It's great because I have such a bad memory and then I have baby brain. So like session to session, if like, you know, you have some kind of interaction with someone else, like Lyson went on his little date, I don't remember shit about it at all. So it's good.
Yay, forgetfulness.
That means no one knows about my interaction.
Oh, everyone knows
Everybody
about your interaction.
interaction.
All right, you're in luck.
That's
you
what we
did
call
not
it, double
say where it
standard.
is, so you didn't forget.
I wasn't even present and I know about it.
Yeah, no, that one I definitely know about.
Oh, that was great.
What can I say?
Are we level 6? I think we're level 6.
You're level 6.
Yeah, we're level 6.
Yeah, we are level 6.
We have yet
We
to
have
level
a
up.
Discord. Where is our Discord link? Is it in our bio?
Exclamation Discord, I believe, works. It'll also be posted every so often. I need to change our, change the, yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
I was just about to do that. I'm glad you beat me to it.
I also need to change some of our timed commands. Most notably the September one, because it's not September anymore. I didn't even think about that until now.
I love how crappy my notes are. Like, I only write down things that stick out in my brain. Chocolate fountain at wedding and magic food. That's all I wrote about
Okay,
the wedding.
I also wrote down the magic chocolate
Oh,
fountain, though, so
bro.
it's okay. That's important. We're stealing that.
Yes, we are.
Yo, honestly, like, hold on. My notes are always legendarily shit. Okay.
You
Like,
guys take notes?
I don't know if you.
I was thinking the same
Only when
thing.
If they
ca-
Literally, one of my notes is we see some people wearing red, the color of the Dura Devils. Female is Arlen, male dwarf Thori. We follow them. Alice, who the fuck is Alice? Back to like yeah, just it's just fucked. Like all of my notes are fucked. What? Oh my god, these.
Oh, and y'all,
colors.
good news.
Oh my
I
God,
figured
they're all
out what's
messed
wrong
up.
with my webcam. The wire in the back is loose, so I'm gonna be getting a new one soon.
What's DM's Twitch name? I mean,
Mine?
yeah, do you...
Yeah, DM tipping.
Yeah. He is... He's not the one streaming this, I'm the one streaming it, but still.
Yeah. That'd be it. We are on Ant's channel where he does other gaming and other D&D stuff.
Yeah. 7:10, got 15 minutes before we start. Or 5 minutes, excuse me.
Yes, we are all in Twitch chat. We're really bad for that, and we are our own mods, so that's fun.
I'd get more mods, but I don't have a lot of people popping up often in chat. So,
Yeah. We need Billy. Where's Billy?
I miss Billy. Okay. I think I am all set up. An anonymous cheerer has cheered 1 bit. Thank you for the bit, anonymous cheerer. All bits are welcome, even 1.
Very much so.
Ooh, that's a spooky bit.
We love the spoopy bits.
My my alert box on? It didn't alert me.
Happy. It's the 1st of Halloween for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, 1st of October, yeah.
Yeah, it's the 2nd of Halloween for me.
20 bits. Thank you for the 20 bits.
Thank you.
I need a... Holy crap.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Anonymous Gifter.
That's 5, isn't it? Yep, 5. Thank you very much for the 5 Tier 1 subscriptions. Okay, now it's working. The bits weren't working for some reason, but... Oh, now the rules pop up. No backseat gaming means no throwing out ideas. Technically, that's mainly for when I'm playing games. I just don't like people getting on my case for not playing their way.
I mean, you could throw out any ideas you want, not necessarily going to
if you
incorporate
want
them, but feel free to speak about, like, oh, this is cool, blah, 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 this would be cool, whatever. I'm not going to take offense at it if you think something I do is wrong or whatever. It's
Morpsery. I know who Morpsery is. All right. 24 more bits. Thank you very much. Wow, someone's being super nice without even telling us who they are. There is no wrong in D&D.
It's a good mentality to have.
Well, there are wrongs you can do, but nothing is wrong per se.
There's, like gatekeeping and being misogynistic assholes. Yeah, very not acceptable.
Oh, that reminds me, oddly enough, Tori will not be here today. That's why she's not in chat, because she is doing things that I don't remember.
Road
She's
trip.
on vacation. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Air's player
who's
will
gonna
not...
live tweet for us then?
Air will be on autopilot. If she comes
if I
up.
can get into
She's
the Twitter,
She's
I
in the
could.
clouds.
Who screamed?
I just heard this.
She's in the clouds. Ah!
That was so perfect timing.
That's something horrible has to happen while Air is gone, and you guys just kind of hear this. Did you guys hear that? No, I don't know.
That
That
is
was
my
probably
sense
my
of humor. To be fair, it sounded like an adult, so.
Oh,
You know.
one more thing. My lights are off because my light has been blinking a lot, and it's just been annoying me, and I figure it'd probably annoy people on stream as well. So, you get the spooky atmosphere for me on Halloween month.
Pretty spoopy.
Okay, Brian, on a break, you gotta sneak in there. Freak him out.
The problem is my door is like right there within eyesight.
Yeah, he'd hear me getting up and sneaking over, so that's just not gonna happen.
How much does DM Tipping trust players not to metagame? Having a hard time finding them on Twitch. We definitely try not to metagame. Like, we've made some accidental metagames before, but like...
No one's really notorious for it or anything.
Yeah. Velixian has followed. Thank you for the follow, Velixian. Alright, are we ready to start?
Good to go.
V, are you going to stay no camera?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn it on.
Okay.
To be honest with you. Yeah, because I'm real good at that. Hold on.
I guess I'll live
pulling
tweet
out my
and then she can retweet the my tweets later. You know.
Alright, so let's go
Alright.
ahead and do the thing.
So the last time we left off, you guys had been gathered back up in the inn that you guys were staying at in Middle Memphis, and had a bit of a discussion about a plan you guys wanted to do about what to go forward. Shioran came forward about her
That's loud.
misgivings about the heist that's going to be happening, and saying that she's obviously still going to help, but she can't take part in the actual theft of said wedding ring, and you guys need to do something else. And she needs to find a way to stop it. She's still going to be a part of it to try to stop it. And then there was a discussion about how that was going to work with the priorities of everybody, but it didn't end up actually getting anywhere, and you guys ended up going to sleep. The next day, you guys were gathering. Kale seemed to see someone and kind of ran off on his own into Sharn. You all followed, and he seemed to be awkward afterwards. And it was pretty obvious that he was hiding something, but no one really questioned it past his kind of blasé brush off. Then after that, you guys decided to go around town a little bit and ended up at the Church of the Silver Flame to ask about the portrait that you guys had collected from the abandoned village. Talking to one of the priestesses there, Sister Christiana, you found that it is a sort of a twisted bastardization of the symbol that is represented in the Silver Flame, and they have seen this graffitied in certain areas around Sharn, and there's been reports of other places as well around Corvair, but it's very limited. There's not been any like vandalism besides the graffiti, and there hasn't been any like crimes associated with it or anything. It's just been noticed. And but she said that if the head priest has anything that he might need or question for you guys, that they can told her where you could find they could find you. And from there, you guys decided to go and investigate into something that Merrick had found out after talking to a couple in the inn while you guys were out doing your errands, that the father of this couple had apparently bet away not only his money, but actually bet away their house and lost. And Merrick overheard the conversation about what they were trying to do, what they were going to do, blah, blah, blah. He ended up trying to help, ask them questions, and ended up hearing about a person called Eddie the Bookie, that is who he was in contact with that led him to this casino. And Merrick wants to go take a look for it. So you guys are currently in middle to upper central, and you guys can decide where you want to go from there.
Yeah, we had been walking through Middle Central. I did have one clarification question just to ask.
Sure.
When Lyslin brought out the one knuckle bone and showed the nun, question mark, that did she also keep that in addition to the other thing?
No, she did not keep the knuckle bone.
Okay, good to know.
Shiorn is still a mouse, I believe.
Yes. So yeah, you guys are in the streets. It's still pretty busy, moving around. There's a number of other people milling around the street around you. Obviously, as you guys are pretty used to at this point, giving you all a lot of looks.
Whose pocket is Shiorn in this time?
Shiorn had been in hiding in Lyslin's saddlebags, and if my timing count is right, she's got like 40-something minutes left.
Yeah, I can do up to 2 hours. I believe it. Yeah, it's been an hour and 20, right?
Yeah, it's been an hour or so since when you got to the temple, and now it was about 20 minutes in there talking to Sister Christiana and back and forth. So.
Oh, that reminds me, I didn't bring up the calendar. But that's not important. Anyway, back to the game. Do you think I would get fewer looks if I was more outrageous? You know, like, being like, so odd that they feel bad for looking.
As you guys are standing there, there's a family that passes by, and they have a little boy, and you easily overhear the boy, Mommy, someone glued a man on that horse.
Go.
Which the parent quickly, shh.
Oddly, not entirely wrong.
You hear a confused squeak from the saddlebag.
It's kind of a sick thought too, because like glue is made from horses.
Oh my god.
That's
That
not
is-
where I took that, but yeah, that's where that went.
Technically, they're
Listen.
hooves.
Nothing goes to waste. That is what you learn out there.
My brain's in a dark spot today, I guess.
You know, that actually does remind me. We actually used to collect some of the hoof shavings to use as glues. It's very fun, actually. The making the process.
Yes, Violet?
It's very-
I think Air's been replaced by Navi.
That's
That-
oddly fitting.
This is a funny start to today's session.
Yeah. You guys are standing in the middle of the street. What do you want to do?
So, Merrick, you said you have this casino, whatever that is. Do you know where we're going?
Casinos where people gamble. And I believe so.
Gamble. What is this gamble?
Where you bet money to see who wins at a card game and or other things. Similar to how people put money down on fights, it's just with games.
I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure that I'm understanding. So people will risk their very hard-earned money on games.
Yes.
Yes. Usually alcohol is involved.
That makes more sense. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then I will start walking in the direction that I believe the casino's at.
All right. I don't remember if you actually asked them where it was.
I think the wife told me.
Yeah. It is located in actually Lower Dura.
Jayana, I believe her name was.
Let me pull me up.
Jayana and Ulrich.
Syria and Aldrich.
I have no idea where Jayana came from then.
Not sure.
Alright. But yeah. We'll head that direction if everybody's willing to follow.
All right.
I definitely want to go play games.
Yes, have the fortune teller come play card games.
Bro, this is gonna be great.
So yeah, you guys, you have quite a trip there because you have to get down from Middle Central and then over to Dura. It's gonna be about an hour, close to an hour and a half before you get there, because especially Dura and Tavik's Landing, they are massive areas that take almost an hour to get through. So is there anything you guys want to do on your trip there, or you just want to get there?
So if it takes over an hour, eventually I'm going to have to find an alleyway and transform back and join the group.
You can just break his saddlebags. I'm sure Lyson will appreciate that.
Okay, so to get there, we would basically be tracing the path back the way we came and possibly going through Middle Memphis to get over towards Dura, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lyslin did spy that pet shop.
Yes.
If we're
he
gonna
did.
walk past it anyway, he's gonna suggest going in. Oh my god, Nevi, shut the fuck up.
That reminds me, I need to mute
I
my
will
phone.
definitely
She
go
never
with the
does.
pet.
She always talks when you don't want her to.
Lava's hot.
Not as hot as I'd
Okay.
like it to be.
I've
Open the door
silenced
by
her.
pressing A.
Phone, why are you not going
So yeah,
landscape?
that'll be license suggestion is we're passing that.
Okay. And license ability to navigate topography is, even in the city, still pretty decent. So he's able to kind of navigate himself back, and you end up at the pet shop. It looks to sell mostly kind of a lot of birds, mostly. There are some pets and a few like hunting animals that are even raised here. Nothing big, nothing like horses or
Right.
animals of burden or anything, but
Mostly like middle-sized dogs and maybe the odd hawk or eagle.
yeah, things used for. And when you go in, if you can kind of tell that these creatures are bred for not companions necessarily, more like service, like hunting animals and messenger birds and stuff like that. It is an older human female in the back. She's got her hair pulled in the back in a ponytail. It's dark brown hair, with streaks of gray that have started to grow. And she's got some kind of reading glasses that are pulled down on her nose as she's reading through something at the counter. And the door opens, a little ding 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 ding. She looks up. And immediate eyes go wide as she sees you enters. Hello?
Hello. My name is Lyson. I am in the market for animals, and I see that this is a shop of animals, and I'm hoping to find one.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I caught me off a little guard. Caught me off my guard. Okay.
I do that a lot in the city, I have found.
Okay. What specific animal are you looking for? Or are you looking for suggestions?
Well, you see, that's kind of the interesting thing. As much as I would love your suggestion, I would also like to talk to them for very briefly.
To talk to them?
Just a little bit of magical communication. You know how it is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thought you were crazy there for a second. Nope. Sure. Go ahead. I've had other people come in and do that as well before. That's not strange at all. Continue. Just don't
Leslie pauses for
anger
a moment
them?
as she's saying this. No, of course, I'd endeavor not to. And he's gonna go ahead and cast his Speak with Animals.
Mm-hmm.
Is this before
And
or
you
after the Shioran changes back?
It would still be as her mouse because it doesn't take an hour to get to the pet shop. It's on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes away from like the cathedrals that you said we had found this pet shop, so it's yeah.
Okay.
So when you cast a spell, you hear a cacophony of birds chirping and whatnot, and it goes from the sweet sounds of their chirps to complaints about like, oh my feathers are itchy, or this bird cage needs to be cleaned, and the place isn't like dirty, but it definitely has a bit of like an animal smell and
The mild discomfort of a caged animal, yeah.
Yeah. You hear some of the dogs up and very curious, kind of like, oh, who is this? He smells weird. And it's just kind of a mix of anticipation, curiosity. Some of them are actually kind of worried. Just kind of a whole cacophony of a bunch of different things coming from the animals.
Everyone, please. I know this is going to be very strange that you can understand me. I mean, you know, issues. I'm here to talk with you, possibly take you away from this place forever.
You hear one of the this older looking owl in the back that was kind of like crunched up, head down, eyes kind of closed, kind of peeks its beak out See, one of its eyes kind of opens up lazily. We hear animals talk all the time, Sonny. Now you look like you're half one, so it's not that surprising. Get on with it.
Excellent.
The moment we walked in here, I am petting things.
Probably same Kale, by the way. Not gonna lie.
Plenty for you all to pet. They've even got little. She's got a little area where there's a pen that there's a few of the kind of the younger dogs that are milling around and they're jumping up and barking and wanting attention.
No, I'm petting everything. I'm everything.
Merrick has mild ADHD, so he's trying to just keep his mind on the casino. Otherwise, he's gonna forget what he has to do.
Okay, so first and foremost, Lyceland's gonna look about it like the various like birds that they've got. If possible, looking for something akin to like a raven, magpie, that kind of thing.
Okay. There would be a raven that is currently there. It's sitting in a cage of about 3 of them. It's a larger cage near the back.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so he's gonna come up. Excuse me. Might I inquire as to if you have designations?
They kind of like flap around the cage a little bit, and then one of them lands in front and says, "Designation. I don't know what that means."
It's something that and he points over to a woman that she calls you.
Oh, but she calls us. Well, she calls me Becky. I don't quite know why. From what I've told, from what I've it seems, I think she thinks I'm a female. I'm not, but you can call me Becky. I don't really care. It's a name.
I hear
Nice to meet you, Becky. Excuse me, miss. Did you know that Becky is not a female?
She just looks up. Wait, what? Really? Oh,
Yes, quite so.
life was hard for a boy named Becky.
Tell me, Becky, are the 3 of you satisfied in your current arrangements here?
I mean, not really. I mean, she feeds us, and outside is loud and scary. And there's not a lot of. I mean, there's scraps, but she gives us good food. I know one guy. This guy she called Phileas. He left. I don't know where he went. He didn't come back. And that worries me. So I kind of stay here. Wish I had more room though. It's really cramped in here.
Unfortunately, that's simply how it seems to be in the cities. But I'm hopefully going to be leaving one
What's the city?
before the month is out. That's a bunch of the day cycles. And the city is what they call their cages.
Oh. Wait, they're in cages too?
Their cages don't have bars. It's
Who cages them?
complicated.
Are they big?
Some are, yes.
Maybe not. I don't feel so bad. Maybe they're doing it because they're being caged. So they're caging other things to not feel so alone.
Sometimes that is the way. He's gonna look around. Are there any like canaries or anything here?
No.
Do you know of the small chirpy birds, the songbirds?
No. I was born here.
Ah, excellent. Well, there are these small ones, and they like to chirp, 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 tweety, tweety, and they. And he points over towards the proprietress. They like to think that what they are saying is a nice little song, although often it is a cry of "I would like to not be here anymore." And they keep those in small cages to entertain themselves.
That's a shirt idea.
What's that?
Lyson with a hand puppet of a canary just going chirp, 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 tweety, tweety, tweety.
Well, I don't really have much in that regard towards that, but it's nice to actually talk to somebody.
So far, it has been very nice talking to you as well. So, if you were to be given the chance, would you like to leave this cage and possibly come with me?
Is this a pet interview?
Honestly, any of the three of you.
At this point, the other two go and land on the. And it's like, I'm Shade. One over to the right, and I'm Opal. Badly named, I know, but you can tell
Very nice name,
that he
Shade.
has like a bit of like just a bit of kind of like a white shock of feather on his chest.
Very nice to meet you, Shade. Opal. So, I'm looking for someone to help me out there. Particularly someone that can be my eyes and ears a little bit. Would any of you be interested in that?
If it gets us out of here, yeah.
Watson's gonna turn around. Excuse me, miss. How much would one of these ravens be?
Ravens? They probably run you about 8 silver or so.
It's over.
Never more.
Interesting.
Quoth the raven. Now I want a Kenku that just always says nevermore.
A giant mystical hand comes out of the air and just smacks Merrick into non-existence.
That's fair.
No, I do not want to answer your call, random people.
God's bitch slapping hand.
You just hear a voice in your head. Let that be a warning to you.
10th level magic. It's a bitch.
Yeah, Lyson's gonna go ahead, turn back towards the ravens. If I were to take you out of here, purchase you, would you fly away the instant we walk out of the door? I'd prefer not to cage you, but you never know.
Outside is scary. I wouldn't want to be out there by myself. Are you gonna feed me?
Well, certainly.
I'll probably stick around, yeah.
The question is, are you going to insight check the bird or not?
Lyslin has never had reason to distrust an animal that was able to speak with him. Yes, I added that caveat there as I was talking. Miss, I'm more than likely interested in purchasing all three of these ravens, but I will be continuing before I hand over a coin, of course. I have to make sure that I have the coin to cover as much as I would like.
Okay. I'll start getting things ready then in case you do decide. You see her kind of bustling around, getting things like blinds for them, and even setting in like grabbing cages to carry them in.
Gonna flip a coin real quick. I don't think the cages are necessary. I'm going to trust them at their word that they're not going to fly away.
Oh, okay. Just understand if they do fly away that I don't give refunds.
No, of course not. I would rather pay for their freedom than, refunds.
Okay. But she starts getting like, she's like, do you need food or do you know how to take care of birds?
That depends on what you mean by take care of. I'm not exactly versed in their care, but I'm assuming that as long as I keep them free of parasites and feed them, it will be all fine. As you can tell, I'm able to talk with them, so I might have a little bit of an edge over ownership.
You seem to know what you're doing, yeah. Well,
He's gonna look over. How are the others doing?
Merrick's just kind of like standing there looking down at his shoes.
Merrick, are you afraid of animals?
No, my attention span is just lacking.
what were you to say, Violet?
I'm talking to cats. I also have speak with animals.
If there's cats, Kale
But
is
like, I don't not
made a
run of the
beeline
mill
right for them.
cats. I want exotic cats.
There's not really exotic cats, and the cats there are not actually in cages. They're just kind of like milling around a little bit around the shop. There's only about 2 of them, and if you talk to them, one says the name is Ellis. The other one is Tinkles. And you hear him like say the name in a very like, yes, my name is Tinkles.
Please tell me he's a tabby cat.
That he would be.
Tinkles the tabby.
And she feeds them well and pets them and takes care of them, and they're not lacking for anything. But yeah, and they sidle up to you, they purr, they rub up against you. Anything you specifically want to talk to them about?
Nope, I'm just gonna talk to Tinkles, and yeah, I'm gonna talk to Tinkles, and then I'm gonna go up to. I don't need very much. I'm easy. Like it's a cat. I'm gonna go up to the shop lady, and I'm gonna be like, "How much for Tinkles?"
Oh, Tinkles? Well, wait. Could you talk to them too?
Yeah, I mean, look, you could kind of assume. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, your group is very strange.
Yeah, we get that a lot. Kale's the only normal one.
Where are you from?
Around.
Everywhere.
Oh,
Far,
okay.
far away.
I would like to attempt to subtly cast prestidigitation and create the smell of catnip in the center of the room.
Oh no.
And the cats immediately jump towards there looking for it. You obviously don't create actual catnip, but they're all very curious and they're sniffing around and moving around. And
That's a
hear-
23 sleight of hand for it, by the way.
It's very stealthy. And but it's the cats are frustrated by the time they get over there and there's no actual catnip. You hear Tinkles is like, where the fuck is it? Whatever the equivalent of cat is, the fuck is for cat.
I
Language,
just
Tinkles.
start cracking up laughing.
I'm just gonna go
But
look
how
at the
much
dogs.
for Tinkles?
The dogs they have there, she has a number of puppies, but she also has some slightly older ones, and it's a lot of hunting like dogs. And there's some barking and whatnot, and they want attention. They're jumping up. They're going against the cages and whatnot. But she says for Tinkles, she says, well, he's been around a little bit. He's a bit of an older cat. He's good at catching mice. I'll give you that. If you really want him, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 silver. You hear behind her. How much she selling me for?
3 or 4 silver.
Is that a lot?
Nah, not really. No, but kind of.
This bitch.
Like, nobody else can understand me when I'm speaking with animals, right?
That's up to you guys as those animal speakers. Do you want to be like going meow, 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 or do you want to just be talking
Yes,
outright?
I do. I really
You're
want to go
straight-
meow, 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 meow.
You're just Kronk
I really
from
do.
Emperor's New Groove, but with cats.
Squeaker, squeak, squeaky, squeak.
Yeah, when I'm a squirrel, I'm squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaks. Yes, exactly.
Lyslin switches between
Exactly.
the two.
That's.
Gotcha.
I'd say that's probably accurate, but I'm meowing at the moment, and I'm just like, well, I could just like be like, okay, maybe later, and then like leave the door open. If you just wanted to like come with anyway.
You talking to Tinkles?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I mean, sucks she's not selling me for much, but it also, I don't know. My food's here.
Life of adventure, man. Yeah, I could get food. I can make food. Literally.
Bed's here.
Yeah, we'll have beds and adventure.
But what about my spot?
What spot?
Oh, there's a spot, and you kind of see him like point with his nose over to this corner in the ceiling. You can see that she has set up these like little tracks for the cats that they can kind of go on that are near the ceiling. He's like, that place right there, middle of the day, I go up there and I sit. The sun is just perfectly just right there, heats up. It's the perfect place to take a nap. I won't have that if
You
I
know,
leave.
on the road, there's so many spots.
It's not that spot. Are you sure? Can you promise me that I'm going to find a spot as comfortable and as warm and soft as that?
I mean, sometimes. Actually, we can. Okay, so hear me out, right? There's a hammock between Lyson's. It's up there, and
Cameras, yeah.
it's pretty
The cat kind of looks over at Lyslin.
Lyslin's just gonna wave,
look,
having
hold
more
on,
than likely
I'll-
been overhearing this.
You're like, he smells musty. I don't like dirty.
On the contrary, my friend, I smell like honey and vanilla.
True, to everyone else, but the cat also smells the horse part of you.
Fair.
I mean, up there it doesn't smell like that though. Fresh fish.
Make a persuasion check against the cat.
Come on, you got this.
What is a cat's insight?
Oh, I might have this. I may have.
Excuse me.
What is? 'Cause
Get
my
us this cat.
persuasion
I need him in my life.
is not that bad. It's 17. It's not too bad.
He's like,
There's a reason why I want Tinkles in particular, but I can't share it with you.
He's
Wow.
like, I guess. Sure.
Cool. Excellent. Did you want me to? I'll chuck her the silver. It's okay. It's fine.
she goes. She takes the silver. She's kind of like, oh, okay. So taking Tinkles, gotcha. I have a collar set up for him if you need it.
Yes, please.
And,
Maybe. Do you want a collar? Do you want that?
He's like, it makes it kind of hard to itch my neck, but I'm used to it by now.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. That's fine.
Doesn't make a difference.
No, it's
to
okay.
me.
I'll take it just in case. But
If he gets lost, someone else might claim him if he doesn't have one.
that's true. Actually, that's a good point. While we're in the city, you have to wear the collar. But when we go back to the wilderness, you can take it off.
All right. And she goes over and puts the collar on him, and she's like, I never thought I'd actually sell you, Tinkles, but I'm gonna miss you. And you hear Tinkles kind of look up, is like, your
Meow.
food could be better. But all she hears is, meow. She's like, oh, I know you'd miss me too, and scratches his head.
We
Do
have
you-
found the
do you
true
sell
It is a
protagonist.
catnip?
very heartfelt goodbye.
Do you sell catnip?
I have a little bit, yeah.
How much for cat?
2 coppers. For a
Okay,
small
great.
amount. How much do you need?
Maybe like a couple of those. I don't know, like 6 coppers worth.
Do you
Should
have
bring
any
A couple
seeds
of
of it?
grams.
She brings out these little bags, which Tinkles and the other cat immediately jump up to the counter and start like sniffing and going for it. And she's kind of like pushing him away. It's like, no.
Yeah, and I just put it in my bag. I'll get rid of the coppers and put it in my bag. Just be like later.
But you now have all of the cats following you.
All two of the cats. Yeah,
All
cool.
2 cats. Yeah.
But as soon as we walk out the door,
I-
how many of the cats have Sharn?
All of them.
Fair point, actually. Real fair point. I'm just gonna be like, Tinkles. Now, it's really busy out there, so you're gonna have to go on my shoulders, like the coolest scarf.
Are you big enough for
Alright.
that?
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm a small creature. I'm not like.
No, it's just like, yeah. She's how tall is Violet, would you say?
I don't know. As short as I'm
Small.
allowed to make her.
Small is
So
anywhere from 2 feet to 4 feet.
Oh, maybe like 3.
All right.
Yeah, I think so far Aira's been like floating at like 2'6" or something like that.
Yeah,
didn't
I'll be
mean to
just
say
shorter than.
Floating in that way, but
Oh, dogs.
Now, are we accounting wing height for that too? Sorry.
Nah, wingspan is a different
Oh,
measurement.
Bro, like I don't. Yeah,
But
my
yeah, he's
wings
like,
are probably like 4. Big.
mhm. Now, Tinkles is a bit of a chubby cat. Just so you're aware.
Lyson! Lyson, can you carry my cat?
Tinkles, are you alright with me carrying you for a while?
I guess if you're not gonna like step on me.
No. Here, have a branch. And he's gonna like lower his head down.
And Tinkles is going to, not as gracefully as a younger cat would, climb on, and it's a lot of ow. He like slips at one point, like digs his claws in, but eventually gets onto your head.
So this will help make me much less of a spectacle because I'll be quite the spectacle carrying a cat in my head.
Is the cat part of him too, mommy?
And so now there's just this tabby cat that's just crouched in between Lyceland's antlers.
Yay.
So Kale walked over to the dogs. Lyson's gonna head over towards him next.
You hear a number of the dogs being like, "Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me."
All right, is there like a younger dog?
There's a number of dogs. There's even in the back there is a younger husky-ish dog.
Oh.
That is all the other dogs are kind of like freaking out and jumping around and barking. This one is just kind of sitting in the back, not like scared or anything, but it's just kind of sitting, holding itself high and just kind of looking at you.
I go over to that one.
And as you go over to that one, it kind of slowly pads over to the cage door and then sits again. And Lysa, you just kind of you hear from in the cage it kind of like pant a little bit, and you hear its vocalization of, look, another one that's just gonna say I'm handsome and is just gonna leave.
I stick my finger, like, just sort of at the edge of the cage so they can sniff me.
It does. Gives you like a little lick on your fingers.
Look out, Kale. That one has a little bit of separation anxiety, I think.
So do I. Wait. What's this dog's name?
That one, I haven't really come up with a name for him yet.
Ainsley.
Ah, a blank slate.
If you'd like to buy
How
him,
much is he?
Well, he's a bit of he's one of our more exotic ones. He comes from some of the colder regions. Somebody brought him to town as a really young pup and decided they didn't want to take care of him. And so I bought him off of him so I could try to find him a better home. He's a bit rare, but so I'd say probably a gold for him.
A gold, huh?
I know it's a little steep.
So he was just kind of left for someone else to take care of, huh?
Well, I mean, the man wasn't abusive necessarily, but he just didn't want him.
Mm.
But he had the courtesy enough to find someplace else that wanted to take care of him, so.
Not many do that.
No, unfortunately, I find a lot of strays that are left to just kind of fend for themselves in these streets.
Hey, Lisa, you can talk to the dogs, right?
Of course I can.
Can you ask him if he would mind coming with us? I kind of understand what this dog's going through, not gonna lie. So.
Certainly. Allow me to open up negotiations for you. Excuse me, dog.
Kind of turns his head towards you. You're a first.
I get that a lot. My companion here, he is very interested in you. Actually interested in you. He's wondering if you would be willing to come with us.
You kind of, Kayla, you just hear in this kind of almost a non-verbal conversation happening between them. There's like slight little like pants and sniffs and not a lot of like growling or barking or anything. The dog kind of sniffs the air a little bit, and then you see its tail start to like wag just a bit on it, behind it, as the response to you, Lyslum's, really? They all just... You sure?
Yes, he's been very moved by your story, let's say. Beyond that, we could use more friends on the journey we're at. We're all a little lonely.
Well, I'd love to leave this place. All these other dogs are so annoying and loud and hyperactive. He looks over and the dogs are like racing back and forth and barking and jumping up on the cage.
On that matter, are there any that you do get along with?
Not really. They all just want to jump on me. and it's really annoying.
Can I call you Ainsley?
Well, you're in luck. He's very interested in you. He's very excited to get out of here, and he doesn't like anyone else, so he's got no attachments here.
Awesome. Awesome.
What's his coloration, by the way?
It's a mixture, mostly white, but with plenty of dark brown and light brown. Mixtures of kind of stripes and spots and colors and whatnot along his fur, but mostly white.
Does he have husky eyes?
Oh yeah, nice bright ice blue.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. We're gonna
I
have
tell
to.
as much as
He looks to maybe be like a month old.
As much as the others here are very much liking to get out of here, I have a good feeling about this one, and
Sorry, not a month.
I'm willing to
3 or
go
4.
halvesies with you, as long as you let me look through his eyes every now and then.
Sure. Yeah.
Lawson's just gonna turn to the lady. We'll take him as well.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And pay her the gold, and she gets the. She's like, now, the cat is an exception. It probably won't be an issue as long as it stays like up there. The dog, though, will require a leash and a collar. It's just the rules of the city.
I got you. I'll get him. Is there one that's green?
She goes through. You kind of go over there, and she does have a small selection of collars and leashes. And yeah, there's a kind of a lighter green one.
Is there like a spiked one?
No spiked ones, no.
Damn. Okay. I'll get a green one.
That'll just be another 2 copper.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and by the end of this, unless anyone else wants to look at anything, yes, go on.
I had 2 more. One, if I inquired, how much is that kind of snippy owl?
She's like, well, he's a bit older, just so you're aware. So probably, if you really do want to buy him, he'd go for about 5 copper or so.
He's not even gonna hesitate. He's just gonna
look at
put down
Larson
the
like,
copper.
please, please get Snippy Owl.
And the owl kind of is just like looking over. Is she trying to sell me?
No, she just did tell me. You're free to come and go as you wish, but if you'd like to, I would very much like to hear more of what you say.
Oh, well, it's just ruined my nice evening. Kind of like ruffles his feathers and just kind of sits up and just kind of turns and kind of looks at all of you. You all look weird.
We are weird. Very weird.
We are.
Hopefully we'll be leaving soon as well.
Alright.
Is there any Avatar-style fire ferrets
Unfortunately, no.
that I have?
All right, now where's the
here?
blood hawk? And if not, where's the normal hawks?
What about a flying bison?
Yes, they happen to have one of those.
Do they have any riding mastiffs?
You know what? They just might in the back.
We need one for our fairies when they can't fly.
It's a popular item.
Bro, that's a fucking great idea.
We're just building our army, right?
Animal army.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's right.
okay, we have to stock up because we know they're like.
Are we just gonna call ourselves the zoo from now on?
We're just going to become a circus of our own.
I mean, yeah, you guys are just gonna start.
We are
collecting
kind of a
animals.
circus. It kind of makes sense.
But yeah,
Did you
I am
get your
interested if they
budgies?
do have like a hawk as well.
She does not have any hawks. And what was your question, Violet?
Did Lyson get his budgie? Were they budgies? No, they were ravens. Did you get your raven?
Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got enough coin, and he's gonna go ahead and hand that over. You said 8 silver apiece, right?
Yeah. And,
How many animals have we just bought?
We bought 3 ravens, an owl, a cat, and a dog.
And most of those eat mice.
Who let us in the pet shop?
This is.
We might as well buy the pet
I
shop from
take
her.
no responsibility for what just happened.
You had one more thing to do, Lyson?
Let's see. Any other birds of prey besides the owl?
No.
Okay, good to know. That should be it then.
Just write down these names so I remember them.
And I am gonna inquire the owl if he has a name.
She calls me General Tad.
Are you particularly attached
She's
to that?
really not good at names.
I don't get it either. No, not really. Call me whatever you want.
Wonderful. We'll come up with something else.
So we have Tinkles.
Yep, Tinkles, Becky, Shade, Opal, General Tad, and unnamed
Ainsley.
Husky.
I was gonna name him Ainsley.
And Harold.
That's right, and Harold.
Oh my fucking god.
Along with the horse person and the fish person, we're definitely some kind of zoo or circus.
That could be our, like, how we pose
Yeah.
ourselves.
You can see that Ainsley has a lot more energy once it gets out of the cage, and it still isn't as like hyperactive as the other dogs, but is definitely like the tail's wagging, and I can definitely tell an uplift in his demeanor.
Which is strange, because normally huskies are the fucking crazy ones.
I mean, when you get abandoned a lot...
Have you heard their howl? It sounds like
as
people
everyone's
screaming.
getting ready to leave with the animals, by the way, Lachlan is going to turn to most of them. Everyone. No, we don't always have the ability to understand everyone, but if you have something important to say, come to either me or... And he's going to point to Violet. And there is someone else that you will meet later. You can't miss her. She's, fishy.
Okay. And
Not like
they-
fishy as a person, just fishy as in like a fish person.
So fishy as a person.
You don't
and
know.
Tinkles like they taste like a fish.
Possibly. I
No.
haven't tried.
Hmm.
We
I'm gonna
don't
have
eat
to-
people.
They're
Right now she
big,
is a mouse,
though.
so,
You can't
I mean,
eat them.
you'll
They're a
find them.
person. They're huge. Shut up, Lyson!
Did you just say right now she's a mouse?
Yes, I did.
Did I understand that?
You hear the
I
conversation.
mean, yeah, you absolutely would. You still got to
There.
speak with animals regardless of whether
I
you can
haven't
understand
cast that,
why you're
though.
an animal.
But he has, and you're an animal right now.
Right. You just hear a squeak out of the pouch, and then a mouse jumps out, and before it hits the floor, it's a Triton again.
So the mouse comes out and jumps off, and Tinkles is on that mouse. As Tinkles is jumping towards the mouse, you shift back into Shioran, and all of a sudden have a cat on your face. Then it freaks out because you're just all of a sudden there, and just like scrambles around, scratches your face, lands on the thing, and then just darts away and kind of like hides underneath a chair.
Tinkles!
Ah, excellent. You've met
No,
the,
you can't be
the last
doing
one.
that.
I didn't mean to scare him.
Shuren is for friends. Come here. Come
What?
here.
Mice
Okay,
are
it's
friends, not food.
I'm gonna cast Speak with
Yes,
Animals.
That's not
Nice
entirely
friends,
true.
not
They will be
food.
food eventually, but this particular mouse.
this particular mouse, and when I'm a mouse, not food.
I'm gonna cast
Like,
Speak with
Yes, I
Animals and then
apologize for
bend
making
down.
this disturbance in your shop.
You bend down to the chair, and Tinkles is currently like looking at Violet as she's talking, and kind of like as you get closer, kind of like backs away.
I'm very sorry for scaring
Come
you.
from?
I figured
Come on.
since they were talking about me, I should introduce myself.
Make
Maybe you
a
could have waited a minute.
animal handling check at advantage.
At advantage.
Yeah, since you can talk to it.
Well, okay, 14 and 19. That's a total of 21. No, 22.
All right. He's like, okay. She just freaked me out. I didn't know what was happening. Never saw a mouse do that.
Oh yes, two of us can actually change into animals as well as speak it with you.
Three of
Well,
us can speak with you.
Yeah. I've never met anyone that could do that, much less three of you. That's interesting. But
We are in a
Okay.
weird group.
very cautiously comes out, kind of sniffs you a little bit, and then kind of like licks you, Shioran.
Again, I apologize for startling you.
And the moment after it licks you, it immediately starts purring and like rubbing up against you. And you just kind of hear from it like, you taste good.
Thank you.
Thank you for that information, Tingles.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna pet it like I saw Violet doing.
It is odd, as you're not really used to furred creatures.
So this is what fur feels like. Once I get you done with that, I'd like to turn to the shopkeeper, who I assume is like what?
Yeah, when you transformed, she like almost fell off her chair and then got back up and is like adjusting her glasses. She's like, I was not expecting any of this today.
Yes, I apologize for that too.
Were you just a mouse a moment ago?
Oh yes, I can change forms.
Okay, magic users. Sorry, I don't run into too many of them in my business. What can I help you with something?
Yes, actually. We have a horse who, he's dealt with a bit, like, not too much, but he's been with us for a little bit and has dealt with a tiny bit more than he should have. I'm looking for some kind of treat for horses. Do you have any recommendations?
Well, I don't really know horses very much. I deal more with small animals myself. I mean, I enjoy horses. I know they like I know they like apples, and so they give them like sugar cubes to lick, and
Sugar cubes, like that thing that
Yeah.
that they had me put in the coffee this morning.
yeah, they like those. But I don't know if that's necessarily. But yeah, basically.
Yes, by and large, you don't want to give them too many. Also, salt.
Salt?
Yeah, salt. I have heard that. Yeah, salt licks.
Okay, I'll try that. Do you know of someone who knows horses better?
Me, not personally, no. I know there's a stable in a number of areas. The stable hands there, and those places might know better.
All right. I'll inquire around. Thank you for your
Okay.
help.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your patronage. Is there
Lyson's gonna
anything-
nod and go ahead.
She's like, is there anything else I can get for you all?
I think I'm good. I got Ainsley.
Yep, I'm good.
If you know of anyone that wants to sell a hawk or similar bird of prey, falcon, whatever, could you send me a message? We're currently staying at the atrium in Middlementis.
Okay. Yeah, if I run into anyone. I had a falcon at some point, but he got bought up pretty quickly. They're pretty useful animals, so
That they are.
thank you all very much. She's gonna like waving, and she's just like, you're gonna hear with the people with a higher perception. She's like, what just happened? As you guys leave and the door closes behind you guys. Ding, 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 ding.
Have a good day.
I think everyone asks that question when we show up.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're like pretty much just a walking fever dream.
Yeah, you guys.
Well, to be fair, when
Yeah.
a 7-foot-tall centaur with antlers comes in,
there's no more appropriate
Nasty.
background feature than the one that Lyslin has.
I'm confused. I'm curious what that feature is.
But
all eyes on you.
Ah, yes.
But you guys go out and you now have all of your bets, and they kind of once they get outside, you can tell that they're like, oh, like the smells and everything is way different. The ravens get a little bit more anxious. The cat kind of curls up a little bit more. The dog starts sniffing around, getting really excited for being finally out of the cage and out of there. And starts like asking. You can the three of you that can speak can hear him like, where are we going? I blah blah blah, and he's like, I need to find a place to pee real quick, and then we can just go wherever. And as you guys are deciding that, and I'm guessing continuing towards the casino, then yes.
Oh, we're gonna break.
I was gonna, yeah, but did you?
I want to do something when we get. Well, I just want when we get through Middle Dora, I want to go back to the bazaar, but look for more of like an enchanter's shop.
Okay, yeah, definitely do that. But yeah, we'll take our break real quick. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. So it'll be Central Time, 7.
Should we just go for like 7:40?
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Okay.
20.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. First fireball to kill our new friends win. Why? Why would you? Why, Zangetsu? Oh, reminder for the people in chat, if you redeem 5,000 channel points, or Entella points as I call them, you can have V read your fortune with tarot cards, or answer a question with tarot cards. It'll only be done during the break, or after, or before the game, but yeah. So how is chat doing? Kind of don't want water right now. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Oh, hi.
Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
Ben and Jerry's ice cream? Nice. What kind?
Yes, we stand them. The berry sorbet and the chocolate therapy.
Together?
Yes, I have a pint. I have like a pint.
Interesting. All right. So, since we're doing since we're pretty much a circus at this point, I was thinking maybe I should search a new theme song for us. And let's see what Kevin MacLeod has to offer. Sounds about right.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty fitting.
This is a super circus, by the way. Kevin MacLeod, film incompetech.filmmusic.io.
You know, Ben & Jerry's don't sponsor us, but they should.
I wouldn't mind it.
This berry sorbet is bomb.
Now what's this
It's
circus
so good.
waltz? Nah. I like the other one better. Alright, back to
Have you
crowd
seen
hammer.
that video of the guy who's trying to keep his wife out of the ice cream lock on it?
Oh,
She just
that
cuts
was
through the punnet.
yeah, that was the lockpicking lawyer. And he wasn't technically trying to keep her out of it. He was pretending to try and get her interested in his whole locks fixation. And then all she did was just cut straight through it. My favorite line was I came home to find her smiling on the couch. That was a good episode. Nothing gets between Mrs. Lockpicking Lawyer and her ice cream. Lockpicking Lawyer is actually the reason I started learning lockpick.
Like, honestly, hold on, I'm gonna turn on my camera just so I can show you how good this fucking looks, because it's so good.
I have a
Come on,
beginner's
camera.
lockpicking
You
kit
can do
right
it.
here.
Like, come on.
I need to get those two musics attribution. What are you trying to show us? That looks really good, actually.
Oh, it's so good.
What the fairies need when they can't fly.
100%.
Yeah, there. No. There it is. Not what I want you to do. Stop that. Ice cream. Are we going to become a food porn channel?
You mean we haven't yet?
Merrick, I do love that that is the official artwork for the Mastiff in 5th edition.
And the one we used that we liked was Super Circus. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing the attribution for that music to make sure that I have it on hand for the YouTube archive. The fact that I used it on stream means I need to make sure I have that. Because I want to do it right and give our boy credit. Alright, now I want ice cream.
Sorry. You should get Ben and Jerry's.
I mean, they do have some good ice cream.
They've got
It is
good,
really
ice
good
cream,
ice
and I
cream.
also love their politics.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's,
that's precisely why we stan them so much. Yes. I didn't know how to say it, in a way that wouldn't get us like in trouble.
I mean-
'Cause, you know.
I mean, I'm gonna say avoid talking politics in this channel, but you know, I get where you're coming from, liking their politics.
I really stan all of that. When I read that, I was like, "That's my ice cream company. I need their ice cream."
So apparently, there's no grape ice cream because he found out that it's poisonous to dogs.
Mm.
Yeah, you really don't think that grape is something that dogs wouldn't be able to eat, but sure enough, it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not. They can't eat garlic either. Is it garlic or is
Yeah,
it
garlic
onion?
is also
Can't
really
remember
bad for
which.
'em. Onions as well.
Chocolate as well.
Everybody knows chocolate by now, though.
Mhm.
Surely.
What a sad life it is to be a dog
There's some people that don't.
who can't taste garlic because it would kill them.
There's also like dogs love peanut butter, but there's something in some peanut butter that will hurt your dog.
Ah. I'm gonna be right back. I'm getting myself a soda. I could use a little bit of caffeine pick-me-up.
Yeah, I just sent my partner
I
to
just
go
started
get me a
second kettle.
soda. An electric kettle? Sorry. I hate to think how quick these animals are gonna die. I really feel like they're not gonna. Are those normal Cheetos again?
Yes, they are.
Come on, V. The normal Cheetos are the baseline for being for how good Cheetos are. Normal Cheetos, flaming hot, way up, but like good Cheetos at the even level. Didn't they have like the white cheddar at some point?
Yeah, they did.
That was
White
somewhere.
cheddar is good. Okay, white cheddar is fine, but it's give me flaming hots or give me death. Okay.
I remember when they came out with flaming hots. Back then, I didn't like spicy things.
I love flaming hot Cheetos.
Nowadays, I get a chicken sandwich from Wendy's that's like got jalapenos and jalapeno cheese spread and some kind of spicy sauce, and then make sure that it has a spicy chicken patty. I did that earlier today. That was pretty damn good.
California Reaper. I send you some California Reaper sauce. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't think I can handle that much spicy, but you know. Jalapenos are oddly not that spicy. I always thought they were more than they were.
They aren't. No. Do you know what I really like though? Is those yellow banana peppers.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
like
yeah.
those. They go really
Those
good
are
on subs.
good, man. Dude, they go really good with like my mom makes like this roast beef sort of stuff. Dude, yes, though.
Back when I was
On a
working,
bun.
back when I was working at
Oh, fuck,
the first
I hate being pregnant.
the first Wendy's that I worked at, every day I would walk by a Jersey Mike's and like to and from and get a sub at least once a day. Depends on how I was feeling, whether I wanted Wendy's or something different, and it would always have the banana peppers in it.
Oh, they're so good. I need to message my mom now and be like, Mom, Mommy, please make for me. I'm pregnant. I need now, right now, please.
Mom, mommy, mommy, mama, mommy, mom. What? Sorry, I thought of Stewie Griffin as soon as you started saying that.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Welcome back.
Howdy, howdy.
So how do you handle spicy stuff?
He doesn't.
He doesn't?
I typically don't eat much spicy food, but that's just because I've got like really bad acid reflux.
Makes sense, actually.
See, I've got really bad irritable bowel syndrome, but I don't give a fuck. I will take the pain.
Spicy food? Yeah, no, I don't fuck with spicy food.
I blame my newfound love for spicy stuff when I worked at Taco Bell for 2 years.
And most of what I make has a little bit of spice to it too, so that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, he gives everything a
DM
kick.
has a very colorful imagination and a very bland palate.
Well, at least the imagination is good.
Before I went into the career I'm in now, I was actually going to be a chef. That's what I really wanted to be.
I remember you saying something years ago about you not liking the fact that you always had to make the same thing every day.
Yep, that's what made me stop.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I could eat the same thing every day and not even care.
Well, it's not eating, it's making. He likes to experiment. Like, one time I went downstairs to see what he was cooking, and he just looks at me and he's like, I have no idea what this is. I think I passed out while making it. And like, it was fucking good.
Honestly, I could do with a personal chef, and then you wouldn't have to make the same thing every day. I'll give you free board, but that's about it. I can't really do very much.
You
more.
mean free board out of the U.S.? Ooh, that's tempting.
To New Zealand, huh?
that's actually fair, eh? Like, it's actually fair. I'll literally, Kale, honestly, if you'll come cook for me, I'll clear the room right now. Like.
Well, guys, I'll see you later. It's been real.
I want to come too.
I only have one room, man. I'm so sorry.
You guys got $3 or $4 grand per person for a plane ticket, right?
No.
Oh, I mean, and then
do,
you'll have to pay for your 2 weeks of isolation, but like once you're out of that,
No,
like
it's fine.
we've got
Ants
no
and Kale
COVID,
will
we
just,
got no snakes.
share the same room.
You could get bunk beds. There's been bunk beds in there before. It's fine.
And you know all of like the government stuff of having to switch over your citizenship and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, if you come over as a skilled worker, it's not an issue, and I'm pretty sure an au pair is a skilled worker. So, Kale, I could essentially hire you as an au pair, and then you could get your citizenship from there.
Yeah, that's an easy visa.
What's an au pair?
Basically, live in, nanny, cook, maid.
Ah.
Yeah, live-in servant.
Might be a different
And you can
title,
use.
but
You
sure.
don't have to use the servant stairs. You can use the regular stairs. It's fine.
That brings me
We
back.
only have one entrance
Wait,
to
hold
the
on.
house.
But
so.
when he meets you, does he have to curtsy meekly?
And avoid eye contact.
That's assuming I have the knee flexibility for that. That's good. That's a good joke.
The talk about the servant stair gave me flashbacks to working at Cookout, where they're like, you can't use the customer bathrooms, even in an emergency.
Yep. No,
Fuck
I
that.
feel that. No,
Yeah.
I worked in a hotel and we literally had servant stairs.
We had a
Right.
separate bathroom in the kitchen, but there weren't stalls. It was just one toilet. So if someone was in there and you had to go really bad, you had to wait. That was the most sarcastic I have ever been towards any of my bosses ever. When he told me that, I'm just like, okay, fine, then I'll just shit on the floor.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
And you can't say anything because
Like
you
shit on
made
the
this.
floor.
You made this a problem. What was that, Sky? I didn't hear that.
Nothing like shitting on the floor.
Yeah, my customers at Holiday would love to do that on a regular basis. So I mean, it must be popular to people.
They just didn't know where the toilet was.
I mean, I've seen literal videos of people shitting in aisles in Walmart, so...
Alright. I may have brought us to a bad topic.
One more thing quick on the terms of Walmart and shitting. The website peopleofwalmart.com has a picture of a dude with a tiger in a cage in the back of his truck while he's taking a shit next to his truck.
Is that Joe Exotic?
America.
It was not Joe Exotic, just a random ass dude
That's
with
actually the
tiger.
most surprising thing about all of this.
It's actually remarkably easy to get a tiger in the United States.
But
They're
yeah,
not
it's
even that
kind of
expensive.
ridiculous.
After the whole Joe Exotic thing, though, I think it's a lot harder now.
They made it a little harder since him, but yeah.
Is it... But my question is, okay, and this might be getting a little bit too into politics, so you don't answer this question probably, but is it harder to get a tiger or a gun in the States?
It's so much easier to get a gun.
Gun is the easiest thing.
You don't even
Significantly
you don't
easier to
even
get a
need.
gun.
It's easier to get a concealed carry permit in where we are than it is to get a driver's license.
I
That actually
casually-
depends on the state.
The gun show
Casually
loophole
bought
can
my
have you
dad
get a
and I-
gun without any problem.
I casually bought it. My dad and I carry license classes as like barely into a decently paying job. Like it's not expensive or hard to do.
I didn't even need the
Okay,
classes.
so speaking
I
of
just
carry
went out
license,
and got it.
and I can, let the game go after I say this, but dude, I was so angry at my local gun shop because when our state first had the carry license, classes, me and my buddy were at the place and we're like, oh hey, sign us up for the class or send us the email because they had like an instructor in house that was like getting people to sign up. So my buddy and I sign up, and I don't know if it's a racial thing, but I never got the email, but my buddy did. Anyway, let's go to a world without racism. D&D. Thank you.
Alright. Yeah, we should get back to the game, I guess. It's 8:47. Everyone ready?
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yep.
I'm
I'm just gonna get you an ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. You guys head off towards Middle Dora to then head down to Lower Dora to find the casino. Along the way, Violet wants to stop and try to find a enchanter of some kind. Make a investigation check for me, and if people want to help you can have advantage on it.
I will help
I'll
you.
assist her.
An enchanter would be nice.
I'll take license because I will express my fear that our animals are going to die and the need to find something to protect them.
Guidance.
Oh, fucking thank you.
I mean, if she mentions it, I can guidance it.
What's my investigation? That great. Yeah, well, I've mentioned it. So guidance is plus a D4.
Correct.
So that's... Oh, fucking math. Okay. 15 plus 3 is 18, plus 3 is 20.
Yeah, it takes you just a little bit, probably about like close to a half hour to find one, but you do end up finding a smaller shop with it's kind of darkened windows, almost looks like it's closed, but as you get towards the door, you can see that there is a open sign on it, and it is called Mary's Emporium of Oddities.
Okay, now is that Mary apostrophe S or Mary's MARIES?
Yes.
Got it.
Mary's Emporium of Oddities.
She
Correct.
about to sell us a spoonful of sugar.
Now I won't.
and go down.
I really need to watch that movie again.
I will go in.
You head inside, and it is a dark lit interior. It's like the windows are kind of blacked out. The interior is lit by these kind of like red flame lanterns. It gives the place this kind of very eerie look. Off to one side, there are a number of couches and sitting areas, and there doesn't seem to be any like stuff in here. It's just kind of furnished as this cozy little space, and then behind the sitting area near the back, there is a counter with someone sitting behind it, and you see the person is looks to be a half orc man sitting behind, but the outfit that he's wearing is very extravagant. There's frills and lace and embroidery and very fancy, exuberant dress. And he is currently sitting at the desk and is writing in a journal. And as you enter, he looks up, and you can clearly see that he is wearing very well done makeup and a number of like eyelashes and liner, and cheeks are like faces contoured, and he just kind of looks up towards all of you and just, well, welcome, please enter. And he stands up and kind of moves around the counter and does a very graceful kind of like half bow, sort of a curtsy, but it just kind of bends his leg a little bit but bows, and then comes up with a very charismatic grin on his face, showing the tusks that he does have. What can I do for all of you?
Quick question,
Hi,
how large are your
nice
tusks?
outfit.
Oh, well, why, thank you very much. I tailored
Do you
it
have anything
myself,
to protect
actually.
my cat?
Your cat? Well,
And his dog.
Yes,
And
and
his birds.
that is definitely a new request. Are you looking for barding for them, or just trinkets?
Something that will stop them from inevitably dying.
like some sort of like Gambison or something.
Well,
Or like a force field.
A force field.
We're in a
That's
very dangerous profession. We're hoping to get something that will help them be a little safer.
Your adventurers, I can tell. And
Yeah,
he
big
kind of,
mission, little itty bitty HP.
and he kind of looks down, looks across all of you, and looks up at you, Lyslin. No, I have not seen one of your people in the city, well, ever.
But you've seen some of my people.
A long time ago. Adventures of my own. Fascinating culture. Like I said, I did not think to meet another centaur in my time here in Sharn. If you don't mind me asking, what is your name?
Very quickly, I just want to insight him.
Go for it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but when Violet said big mission, itty bitty HP, I immediately imagined Genie going, phenomenal cosmic mission, itty bitty living force.
Alright, that's a 19 on the
It was
die for
more- I was
25
more-
total.
I was more thinking, I got a big head and little arms.
So he's hard to read, very piercing gaze, and you can definitely tell that he is picking up everything that's going on in the room. And he doesn't seem to have any malicious intent with his interest in you, and he seems to be telling the truth about having met what he says. But then he waits your answer to his question.
Kale is holding Ainsley in his arms.
My name is Leislan.
Nicely. It is well to meet you. My name is Ogden. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Now, I might have things that can help protect your pets. It's definitely a new request, but not out of the realm of possibility. Now, please come and sit down. Would any of you like refreshments?
What do you got?
We can conjure up most anything you would like.
Well, I wouldn't mind trying something new if you have any suggestions.
Volcanic tea.
Volcanic tea. Would you like something strong or more sweet?
Strong.
Well, volcanic tea itself is as it is. More question for our Triton friend here.
Let's go with sweet.
Sweet it is. Would you like me to add something strong to your volcanic tea?
Yes.
I can do that.
One shot.
And you, Lysa.
Do you have any dandelion wine?
I think I can manage. And you, my fairy friend.
I'll go sweet pea.
Sweet it is. And you, sir. Points to Kale.
Whatever you got. Sweet is good, though.
All right. He kind of waves his hand a little bit, and you hear him kind of whisper something under his breath. And this door that kind of is flush with the wall itself, that kind of doesn't seem to be there, just kind of opens up from a dark area, and this tray just kind of comes out. This takes maybe a couple of minutes, and it has a number of different kind of glasses on it. Then it sets it down, and a number of them are he just kind of places them around the table in all of your places as you guys find seats to sit in. And even as you guys are finding seats, he waves his hand towards one of the couches, and it literally looks like it gets up and moves, and you see it almost extend outward itself and then move itself, and it ends up becoming this cushioned seat that's actually accommodating to Lyceland, your size. And he places the drinks around, and the people who requested sweet get this very slightly bitter but mostly sweet kind of a cider that is warm and just kind of fills you with that warm feeling all the way to your stomach and kind of resonates out.
This isn't alcoholic, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay, good.
Volcanic tea is just as you remember it, Merrick, and the dandelion tea is fresh and very well done. And he sits down and then waves his hand again towards the table, and this cabinet just kind of out. And he reaches in and places this small little circular device in the center of the table. And as the tray just kind of lifts itself off and moves away, he places this down. And then taps it once, and this sort of an image kind of appears of it. And it's a number of these small, tiny little items of all different shapes and sizes. There's necklaces, there's bracelets, there's full chest armor pieces, there's swords, there's axes, there's all sorts of things. They're just kind of like in this grouping. and he looks around a little bit as it kind of like moves his hand, and it kind of moves around as almost this like manipulative hologram, and he kind of pulls it around and reaches up and grabs something, and kind of it's this small representation of the item that's ethereal, grabs it and kind of expands it outwards into this ring, and says, "This might be able to help protect your animals. I don't have one for all of them, but it would help give them a little bit more protection. It will increase. It'll make it harder to hit them, and it will give them advantage on reacting to dangers." If that is what you're looking for, if there's something else.
I'm gonna look at Lyslin. This one?
It does seem helpful.
Lyslin's just gonna be quiet. Not gonna say anything to me.
Sorry, I was thinking. Sorry, you looked at Lyslin?
I'm like looking at Lyslin, and I'm like, that one?
Well, it's possible that you could help with, as he says, protections, maybe making them not die in horrible fire breaths.
But I can't help all of them.
I have 3 available if you have the coin to buy them.
That would certainly
We
depend
could
on
put
how
one
much
on the cat.
that would be.
How much are they?
These will run you about... These will run you about 300 gold apiece.
Oh. Is there anything more basic? Like, you know, like a thick cloth like a gambeson, or just like mild armor? Because I'm not exactly trying to get him into like center combat or anything like that. Definitely not yet, at least.
We
Or
have,
ever.
we have some mundane items, but they're not necessarily going to help protect them. It's more utility and fashion. And he kind of pulls another item, and it's this cloak that he kind of expands outwards. This one, it can change the look of the cloak itself in whatever style you would like. It pulls another piece down, and then kind of expands a little bit. And this one is a little more expensive, but it can change the way you look. Illusion, magic, and you kind of those kinds of things. I do have a very interesting one that I have sold a number of because people enjoy not losing things. And he kind of pulls down. There's this there's like an arrow that he kind of expands outwards. This arrow, when shot, will never break. As long as you can find it after you shoot it, it will always be there for you to use.
I look at Lyslin. That seems very helpful for you.
Lyslin's eyebrow does raise at that one.
I enchanted that one myself.
You use a special type of arrow, right? Would you be able to enchant another one?
If you have a specific arrow you would like, I can, and of course, enchant it. It will take a little bit of time, but it is a basic enchantment. Maybe a day or so.
But how much?
Yeah, the arrow is probably a normal-sized arrow, whereas Lyslin uses big ones.
It'll be about 40 gold per arrow that you want me to enchant.
That's not bad.
They will not have any magical properties in the sense of their damage, but they will always be retrievable.
That could be useful.
He kind of like waves his hand at the slowly rotating images. Anything else that you might be looking for? That might be not, maybe not so much for the pets, but for yourself. I know that adventuring is quite the dangerous profession, and all of you are probably going to meet an untimely doom if you don't have the right protections.
Can I insight check him to see if he's like a genuine type of person?
Go for it.
$23.
Yeah, seems fully genuine. Is making eye contact with everyone, smiling, making sure he's talking directly to whoever's talking to him. Doesn't seem to be trying to scam you or trying to get you to like all hey, bye. It's more of just like, well, this is an option, blah blah blah. So,
Ogden, if I might ask,
thing that let us become someone else is actually not that bad of an idea.
that one will run.
Yeah.
That one was procured in a interesting fashion, but it is something that is useful. It'll run you about 100 gold for that.
That does seem helpful
is
too.
that something
Could
that
do that.
disguises or alterates?
Disguises. It is purely illusion. So if you create something that is not actually there and someone touches it, it won't break the illusion, but it will break the illusion, if you will.
They'll notice something's off.
Correct.
That would prove useful for something that I did have in mind. I was kind of thinking of having a horse's head made and just kind of sticking it to my... And he's just gonna like point towards like the groin of his like front half.
Lyslin is the only person in the world that could play a horse and be all parts.
You know that would be a lot more convincing.
He's like, I don't know how well the hat would work in your case, my large friend. It tends to be specific towards keeping you in the same appendage range, we should say.
Just put it on your ass and make your ass invisible. Then we'll just put pants on your front legs.
I'm just waiting for the random passerby to just poof into his flank and just on a constant basis.
Yeah, just
And get
absolutely
kicked.
Just freaking get clotheslined.
Lyslin winds up kicking everyone in the area.
It still leaves me 7 feet tall with antlers.
Yeah, that's a lot less weird than a horse
But-
ass.
But if we made him a cloak that was big enough to cover all of him, could you enchant it?
Yes, but that would have to be the size of a small tent, just so you're aware. It's quite the cloak.
That said, though, how much is that enchanted cloak?
Oh, the cloak that can change styles?
Yes,
That'll run you about 50 gold.
50 gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. I kind of like that. Kale. Okay, listen to me, Kale.
Yes.
Kale.
Yes.
We could go halves on it.
Okay.
I just want to
Well,
wear it sometimes when I need to.
Sure. But I get to wear it first.
He says, and if there is an issue
Okay.
with coin availability, I'm also willing to do partial trades and whatnot for any oddities you may all have if I find them of sufficient quality.
Look, we might be odd,
Can
but
we,
we don't
like-
have much in the way of oddities. So
Yeah.
coin
Yeah, I
tends
mean,
to.
we're very odd ourselves, but
We don't have much in the
I'm
way
just
of
thinking Lysland's
materials
sitting
that
there,
are odd.
3 ravens in his antlers.
So what I will do though is, if you want to go halfsies on it, we can do that, Violet. I have no problem with that. I just want to wear it first.
yeah, that's fine. You can wear it first.
Okay.
All
I
right.
pull out 25 gold.
Yeah, me too.
And he says, place that right on the table there, and then we will get to that order once we finish everyone else's.
Okay.
Well, if you are totally willing to do like trades and stuff, like, can we like work for our meal sort of shit?
Unfortunately, I don't employ labor towards purchases.
No, but maybe like you need something and we could go get it for you and then you could help us out with like but or we could like just tell everybody that your stuff is great. Tend to come
Or
here.
we could go halfsies on that mask too.
Where I appreciate the offer, we have plenty of advertisement. My mistress is more than capable of getting her name out there, already has. And towards the thing of needing things, that's not my area, unfortunately. My
Oh,
mistress comes
So
to
you
me.
have a manager. Good to know.
Well, of course. As I said, my name is not Mary.
No Balthazar
No, I
issue
thought
for
maybe
us.
you inherited it from like your mom or something, you know.
Oh no, my
Brian?
mistress is a very powerful enchantress, and she is very busy. We have a number of locations actually across Corvair, and I am just the proprietor of this establishment at the moment.
We met a male Becky earlier, so a male Mary isn't that weird.
Well, this is
I
true.
mean, yeah.
Okay. Does anyone want to go halfsies on that disguising mask or disguising mask as well?
What
So I'll
does the
put some money
mask
down
do?
on that.
Was it a mask or a hat?
hat? Sorry, disguising
this
hat.
this
I believe
one.
it's in a cloak.
Well, the cloak changes itself. That you can like change the style of the cloak. And the disguising one that creates the illusion is a hat.
Yeah, hat of disguise.
Okay.
How much is
I
that one,
have a
Kale?
thing for hats. So that's 100 gold. I'm willing to put 50. Actually, I'm probably willing to buy it myself, to be honest with you. But
I'm like really not that financially capable. Does anybody want to go like quarters?
I can help out.
okay.
Yeah, I can do another 25 gold.
Seems like
that's
something that
fine.
might help me out a little bit sometimes.
Okay. So how do we want to
We
split
need to do
this?
some
25,
quests.
25, 50.
Y'all, we are fucking yeah.
Okay. So I'll handle the 50 since, it's
All
my
right.
idea. So I pull out 50 gold as well.
All right. So Kale has put down 75 gold so far for helping with the items for the cloak and the hat.
Yep.
Yep. I got 50. She went got 25.
All right. Is there anything else any of you would like to look at? I do have actual armor. I have weapons and the like.
I think we should stop.
3 things.
Three
First, do you have a cloak of billowing?
Unfortunately, not at the moment. If you'd like, I can try to put in an order for it.
No, that's fine. I'll be back. 2, what do you know about kyber crystals?
Quite a bit. We use them on a regular basis here when enchanting.
3.
Uh-oh.
Are you accepting apprentices at all?
Apprentices? I am personally not, but couldn't speak for my mistress.
We have I'll be in town for a little while and kind of really want to learn the basics of enchanting while I have free time, and I'm looking for a place to do so.
Well, if you would like to inquire, I can send a message to her, and she's a very busy person, so she might not respond right away. But we can meet afterwards and chat, and I can see, not to imply that you are not talented or not worthy at all, but I do have to see if it is worth my mistress's time to take someone on like that, and if she's even keen on that.
Sounds good to me. I can stop by after our things we must do today.
Of course. And your name?
Merrick, and I'll reach out a hand.
Merrick. Wonderful. It's a pleasure to meet you, and the rest of you as well.
Likewise.
But yes, anyone else? He looks to Shioran, and then looks to Lython as well. It's like, they still have that arrow available if you would like, or I can enchant one of yours.
Shioran, is there anything that you're interested in? I'm still mulling this over. I apologize up then.
Well, I can't afford the 300 gold thing, but, if you might have something a little bit less pricey, that, like, a spellcaster who's not very good with physical stuff could use.
Sorry, what? What have I done?
Just something that, something defensive.
Are you looking more for armor or shield?
Like maybe an armor type.
Armor will be a bit more expensive, just so
Okay.
you're aware.
Well,
It takes more material and more things to enchant fully.
all right. Well, I'll have to come back when I have more money then for something like that. But,
Understandable.
in that case, anything that could help me with, like, increase my spellcasting abilities a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been super vague, huh?
No, I know what you're talking about. And she says, "Well, I can. I do have something. It's a bit unique, but it might assist you in what you're looking for." And she kind of reaches. He reaches up towards the images and pulls out this sickle that is in the kind of the grouping, and then expands it outwards, and you can see that it has this like iridescent blade to it and beautifully wrapped handle. This is going to assist in, not only you can use it as a weapon, but it is also going to assist you in making your spells a little harder to resist. And it also has the added benefit of assisting with healing spells.
Oh, this sounds expensive. What's the price?
He kind of like looks at you. You're from the kingdom under the ocean, aren't you?
Yes.
I've met some of your people before. It's the accent. I apologize. I was just curious. Meant no offense. I actually have quite the relationship with a number of the Tritons there. I help trade with a few of them that come to land, at the very least, the ones that do. I've never had the pleasure of seeing your kingdom myself, but I would love one day to. Are you? May I ask why you are here yourself? Your people don't tend to journey up here very often.
Do you know of the landstride?
I have heard, yes. I've actually met an individual on their landstride only a few years ago, actually.
At that, Shioran pulls out the picture she has of her family. Was it him? And points at her older brother.
Looks down. Why, yes. Actually, it was.
He's my brother. I'm actually searching for him. Do you know where he's been? Where he went after?
He traveled north. That's all I know.
North?
He spent a few weeks here in Sharn himself. He helped a local orphanage that was going to go under due to corruption and greedy politics, but he was able to find a way to save it, and it continues to this day. And they actually honored him there for what he did.
Can you tell me where this orphanage is?
Of course. It is down in Lower Central.
Okay, Lower Central.
And,
Shioran writes this down.
Yeah, and he kind of tells you the general area it's at. And yes,
All right.
for the sickle.
That sidetracked us.
Well, let's call it 400 and say that's fair.
400 is a little much for me, unfortunately. But if you would hold on to it, and I can find some way to make some more money, I would like to. That is something that would help me very much.
Of course. If it is still here when you come back, then I will more than welcome to sell it to you.
Mm-hmm. Can I don't know if this is a thing that happens on the surface. Can I put down like a payment or some partial payment for you to hold on to it?
Unfortunately, due to policy, we don't accept partial payments, as these items they don't tend to stick around too often, and it is more beneficial to my mistress to gain the money of a ready buyer than wait on the potential income of a loan or a promised payment.
Understood.
Shioran, how much coin do you have now?
She looks at her bag. There's like I have, out of all this silver and gold, hold on a second, and the 2 gems worth 50 gold that apparently I have, 371 gold worth of GP.
It's in Lysan's best interest to do this. He's gonna hand you his bloodstone worth 50, so...
Are you sure?
Yes, it's, call it a thank you for all what you've done for us so far.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Lysan. I'm gonna hand him all of that.
All right, yeah. So the 50, he'll take the gem as part of the payment, and
right.
And then 350.
Yeah, so
for your own
that's
stuff.
150, and then the rest would be 250.
Miracle throw in 1 gem worth 100 gold.
I'm not great at math. I'm the 150
So-
for the 3 gems, and then I guess 200 for the 4 gems if Merrick is doing that too.
Yep. So then you just need to pay 200 yourself.
Yeah. Okay. That makes it
I
easy.
forgot about the gems.
Yeah. All right. Thank you too, Merrick.
You're welcome.
And then he'll have you just kind of put that at the table in its kind of own little pile. Is there anything else?
You wouldn't happen to
Unfortunately,
have...
nothing for me, Ogden. I have a good deal of coin that's already spent. Is the word I would use. But I will keep in mind the arrow thing. If you don't mind me asking, since you were also quite forthcoming with information for Shion here, you said you met others of my kind.
I
Could
did,
you
yes.
tell me where?
They were farther up north. Pull up my map here. I met them while I was traveling through the LD reaches. There seems to be a society of them there, actually. I had stopped in Nearn on my way. It's a small town off the Lake Galifar to the west, and I was exploring the woods from there, and I ran into them. They were cautious of me. They did not like visitors to their territory, but I proved myself not a foe, and they ended up actually inviting me to dinner. It was short, and they were cautious, but the conversation was quite interesting. Are you from around there?
No, I am much farther afield.
Oh, I see.
Tell me, Ogden, you said you were an adventurer yourself. What was your specialty, if you do not mind me asking?
Well, enchantment, of course. I've traveled the world over, finding all sorts of recipes and formulas, and studying at some of the great schools of this this world. I've been to Farhaven, I've been to Cusco, I've been to Askleos, and been to most of the places in Thrain. I was fortunate enough to not be in Kyre when that horrible atrocity happened, but I spent most of my life avoiding the war and keeping to myself. I did not want to get dragged in. Magic users were sought after to help assist with creating new monstrosities, and I wanted to find things that would help protect people, and that's when I met my mistress, and she brought me under her wing, and it has been the best part of my life has been helping her.
If I might be perfectly frank with you, Ogden, I was not sure what to make of you. I suspected you were a magic user, since you were magicking all around the place. But you seem trustworthy enough, which is very at odds with, again, you being a magic user. Have you ever encountered anyone from a place called Silvery Moon?
Silvery Moon. I can't say that I have. Where is that?
Near where I'm from.
Oh, I see. I have a feeling you
It
are.
was far, far away.
quite,
Very
okay.
few seem to know it.
I apologize.
It was worth a shot, eh?
Well, if I ever am able to find my way there, I will certainly enjoy it.
Everyone, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take everyone outside, gesturing towards the animals in his antlers.
You've got a cat on your head and 3 birds in your antlers.
Was there anything that Kale,
Yeah.
look at.
Nope, that was I think I bought all I needed.
All right, and Merrick.
He wouldn't happen to have a Fernie and Ash wand, would he? An imbued wood focus? It's a common.
I'm looking it up right now.
I need to remove the gems.
I do not, unfortunately, have that on hand. That seems to be a bit of a unique item. But if you would like, I can try to look into it. My mistress might know something about it. She might have one herself, or I might be able to find the enchantment needed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if you would be willing to look. Ask her while you ask her if she's taking apprentices at all.
Of course.
That wouldn't be too shabby. I thank you.
But then with that, he will gather the money up in the piles on the table, and then will kind of wave his hand, say a couple of words in kind of a magic language, and as the piles of money vanish, the ethereal items that you guys bought become solid, and he then passes them out to the respective buyers, and says, "I hope you enjoy." And he takes the kind of circular device on the table off, and it kind of the images disappear. Puts it back in the cabinet, slides it into the cupboard, and it goes flush with the table again. So yeah, you now have a what is it here?
Glimmerweave cloak.
No, so you have a cloak of many fashions, a hat of disguise, and a moon sickle.
Is that on D&D Beyond, or is that a...
It is.
That's not how I do that.
That was it, right? There was the cloak, the hat, and the sickle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kale, do you want to wear the hat or the cloak?
D&D Beyond only has a +1, +2, and +3 for some reason.
It's a +1.
Okay.
Well, I already got a hat on right now, so I'll wear the cloak.
Okay. Okay. I'll wear the hat for now then.
All right. The hat does require attunement. The cloak does not, and the sickle does require attunement.
All right. I'm gonna have to take an hour to attune to that soonish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sickle, by the way.
Yeah.
But the bright side is that now that we have the hat, it's not just me who has to blend in. Now someone else can as well.
Mm-hmm. You can have someone else help out if you ever do something like that.
It's like, well, I welcome you back anytime. We always have a ever-changing assortment of items and oddities, as the name of the store is. So please come back and visit again. And if you ever need questions answered about enchantments or anything like that, I am one of the few experts in the immediate area. And
Okay.
Merrick, you can come back anytime. We are open, and we can set up a time when you would like to chat.
Well, what time do you close?
We close around 7 o'clock.
I shall try to be back before then.
I look forward to it.
What time is it now?
By the time you guys get here, after that, it was hour there.
If my timetable's right, it's like 1:30 or something.
It's about noon to 1. Yeah.
All right, that's not too bad.
Then you guys get up. Lysa, did you do anything outside? Or did you just go outside?
Lysan's kind of like standing off to the side of the location. He's actually looking at like a piece of paper or something when everyone looks out, gets out rather.
Is everything all right,
Um,
Lyson?
What? Yes. Sorry. He's just gonna shove that in his saddlebag.
Noted.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I also kind of want to do one.
Oh, that's not great. 12.
Okay,
What are we inciting?
I gotta do it.
Merrick obviously wasn't paying
Lyson.
attention.
What's 18?
I told you he has mild case of ADHD.
18, you said?
18 plus what?
18 plus 9. 9.
27.
27.
Violet definitely
you.
gets it because I'm just gonna go ahead and say my passive deception because he's not like intentionally being vague, which is a 13.
Ah.
So, Violet, you. I mean, there's not much to glean. You saw that he had something. A piece of paper that he was looking at. Unfortunately, even floating around, he still probably sits a good decent height above you, so you couldn't really like read it before he put it away. But you seem distracted by it. And
Yeah, when he did place it by his saddlebags though, she probably could have made out a few poorly made lines on it, and one of them had like a little moon icon with the name Silvery Moon next to it.
Well, I heard you say that in the thing anyway.
you can definitely tell it's something that's, I don't know, would you say, Lyson, distressed or just thoughtful?
Mournful.
Mournful. Okay. So yeah, you can definitely tell that's kind of the emotion he's got on his face.
Homesick kind of morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is everyone ready to go do this gamble thing? Or at least find one of the people.
Let's go play games for me!
Yes.
If
I'm excited to go play games.
Lyson, if you still want to get one of those arrows, thanks to you and Merrick, I have enough that I can probably get one enchanted for you.
Oh, no, it's fine. If everything that I have to do goes well, hopefully I'll be back on my own.
Okay. Alright, well, let's get going then.
You guys head down from there, and if you would like, it's no more than walking, and you're not like in a stressful situation necessarily, since it's going to take about another hour to get from where you guys are to the lower Dura. You guys can take the time to attune to your items if you like.
I would like to. Assuming people won't be looking at us weirdly for staring at weapons the whole time. I mean, we get looks anyways, but, you know, that might cause them to go, like, cross the street.
Are you changing the style of your cloak at all, Kale?
Kind of doing it to match my outfit a bit.
Okay.
But also have it, like, of a material that easily blows in the wind so I can kind of be a bit more, you know.
Now, just so you're aware, it changes the look, but the physicalities of the cloak itself don't necessarily change.
Okay.
You can make it look scaled, you can make it look shiny, you can make it look tattered, but it's the properties of the cloak don't change.
Make it just look like a well-kept cloak that matches my clothes.
Okay. It takes a little bit to get used to, like, you have to like think and imagine at first, and it's a little bit of a crude image, but then you kind of get quickly used to it, and you're able to kind of change it and alter it how you'd like.
Awesome.
And then
once you attune to the hat, you now have the use of disguise self at any given time you want.
Yee.
And then with Shorin, you've got a sickle that's a +1. Gives you a +1 to your DC of your spell attack and saving throws. I think spell attacks.
Yeah, it's physical attacks and damage rolls. Spell attacks rolls and the saving throw DCs. So not the damage roll of my spell attacks, apparently. Unless damage rolls count as for spell attacks as well.
It's just to hit better with the spell attacks, and then you also get to add a D4 whenever you are holding. You have to be holding the sickle when you cast the spell. But when you cast a healing spell, you get to add a D4 to the extra heal. It is a decent uncommon item.
It's very good. Really good. I was reading, and I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe I knew being
a lot of good stuff for spellcasters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Lots of good shit.
I knew being slightly vague would help out.
I'm still surprised Tasha's only a CR 20.
CR is bullshit.
It is, but like her power relative to the other similar level CRs, though, like she's not as powerful as she should be.
You guys eventually do get down to Lower Dura, and again, it's a you're back down to that smell that just kind of permeates the lower city, and from here you kind of know the area, but you have to do a little more investigation if you guys would like to do that. We'll have one person head this, or you guys can split up and do separate groups if you'd like.
What do y'all think?
Whichever we do, I can.
The casino, right?
You're looking. Well, you don't really know much else about the casino, but you know you're looking for someone called Eddie the Bookie.
There's what? 6 of us?
5 at the moment.
Yeah.
We can just do 2 groups.
Can cover a lot of ground with 5 people.
Yeah.
1 with 3, 1 with 2, just for safety.
Alright. Who is going with which group?
I'll go
you
with
said
Kale. I haven't done anything with Kale in a while.
You said investigation, right?
Yes.
My investigation is not great, so I'm probably gonna stick behind and just put in the guidance to whichever group. So.
All right. Are you going to go with a separate group, or are you going to go with Merrick and Kale?
Someone else?
I'll go with Elias.
All right.
Honestly, I have no preference. Y'all are all great, kinda.
Lyson has my.
I mean, might be easier to go with Kale and Merrick, because between Lyslin and Violet, we can go up a lot of places.
True.
Team Faye and not Team Faye.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Strategery wise.
All right, so she already going with Kale and Merrick?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, what's your investigation like?
Decent. I'm not proficient, but got okay intelligence, so.
I'll just give you advantage, and then with guidance from Shiara, we should be okay.
Alright.
Violet, do you have at least a 1 in investigation?
Yeah.
Then you're the one investigating.
I feel like I should have gone with the other group.
This is unfortunately not a perception thing. This is a gathering information thing. So.
Yeah.
That sucks, because perception, we would be fucking rocking.
I mean, if we can persuade people by asking, by all means, I'll take it, but...
Okay, that's not too bad. That's an unnatural 20.
Alright, I will allow in this regard, if you would like, you do an investigation charisma check if you would like, since this is more talking with people instead of gathering clues. If you would like to do that instead.
I'd be all for that.
Yeah, I'd be down for that too, actually.
I got 20 charisma.
I mean,
Wow.
Yeah, my charisma's pretty high
that'll
too.
be a 21.
20 is it 21 the other way?
Yeah, no, it's 20 or 21. So
It's still
it's like
better.
too much of a difference.
I mean, yeah, if that 1 point's gonna make a difference, go for it.
Yeah, and then what is the second group's investigation? And like I said, you can do charisma since you're, like I said, more asking.
Well, if we're doing charisma, I'll make the roll because I got the best I can with that.
Okay.
And then is
So-
sharing guidancing.
Yep. That said, if you two have great charisma, it might be a good idea to mix up a little bit. Mix up the team.
We're good. It's done now.
Okay. All right.
24.
Okay. So the two groups kind of go off, and you guys find some taverns and some seedier areas, and trying to figure out where someone like this would be. You both end up getting information relatively quickly, probably within the first hour of looking, and you guys figure out that Eddie the Bookie frequents a tavern in Lower Dura known as the Sinking Mug, and that one it's a seedier place, but he tends to hang out there, and he seems to be a well-known person in this area.
All right.
You said the sinking mug?
The Sinking Mug.
Did we? I'm assuming since we didn't establish a place to meet back up, Merrick would probably just suggest let's go back to where we split.
All right. So the three of you head there. Lyslin and Violet, do you head back there, or what would you guys decide?
You know, I feel like they would probably get the same information that we did, considering they're all smart and stuff. Why don't we just go to the tavern?
I have a suggestion. Instead of meeting up here, we can just send a message using one of Lyslyn's ravens.
Except Lyslin has the ravens.
Right, Lyslyn's on the other team. We can just send a message using Kale's dog, Ainsley.
I'm just gonna start shooting the message spell in all directions. 120-foot range. Maybe I'll get lucky and ping one of them.
Lyson's gonna
like-
go ahead and blow speak with animals.
Where you at, yo?
Excuse me, Dad. Are you capable of following smells very well?
I mean, I guess. Why?
Do you think you could smell the fish person?
The frizzy-haired one that's in the group?
Yes.
Yeah. Smells like the ocean. It's pretty unique. Why?
Do you think you could go to her and, if possible, try and get her attention so that she can speak as well, and then tell her that we'll go to the casino or wherever it is that Eddie hangs out. The
The
sinking mug.
tavern.
He's this entire time since you bought him, he has not moved from your antler, and I mean, I gotta fly somewhere.
Unfortunately, yes, but if you do, I can get you some nice meat.
My
nice she fed me were never satisfying. Find me a fat one, and we got a deal.
Very well. I'll find you the fattest I can.
He kind of like stretches his wings a bit. He's just, oh, I haven't done this in a while. All right. Kind of takes off. He kind of circles a little bit, and then seems to go off in a direction.
Meanwhile, I'm asking Kale if he would mind if I have Ainsley to cast Animal Messenger on Ainsley and send him after the others.
Well, he is a puppy, and like I don't want him to be like scooped up by someone along the way.
Good
No,
point.
Is he a puppy?
Like
He's a
an
rare
owl.
puppy.
Yeah, he's a rare puppy.
All right, good point, I guess. I look around for another animal.
Sure he could, but he's probably going to attract a lot of suspicion. Not that we don't already.
Make a perception check.
All right.
Okay.
Well, me.
That is. Oh, sorry.
That's not gonna work. That's a total of 6 with a natural 1. I mean, not 6. 4 with a natural 1.
It is currently animal-less, save for the animal you currently have with you.
Well, as a last ditch, I could use my last. Wait, do I get my I get those back on a short rest, right? My
Wild shape?
yeah.
Yeah, you had both of them back on a short rest. So you have currently one still available since you haven't technically taken a short rest yet. I just like
Yeah.
the attuning while you walked.
All right. I could use my I could use one more wild shape to transform into a dog and sniff him out. I just won't be able to do it again for a little while.
Well, how about this? We just kind of wait here for a little bit, and then if they don't show up, maybe they found the place and they just ran after it. Who knows?
I guess so, if you think that's best.
We can give him a couple
I am
minutes.
Agent Chaos.
I mean, they're not very difficult people to find, so we go where the people are.
If I can say, while Lyslin and Violet are heading towards the sinking mug, could he just keep an eye out for rats about, be it either like survival or perception?
Yeah, you can do either one if you'd like. Survival.
I was trying to keep in
Yeah, I'll go
character,
ahead and do that, yeah.
basically avoid the whole meta thing about him coming, sending the message.
Another natural 19 for a total of 25 to find some rats.
You easily find one. You find a number of them in an alleyway that are kind of digging through these like dumpsters that are back there, and it's a whole colony of them, from anywhere from a small little tiny one to you see one that's the size of like a small dog that kind of looks up and goes.
Using the
small
sling that he got back in
found yourself a
Zilspar, he's gonna
diarrhea.
take some of those crossbow heads from the bolts that we had used to make a campfire, and he's just gonna fucking ping 2 of them.
Easy enough. The rest of them kind of like scatter around and whatnot. None of them like attack you or anything. It's just like a little swarm that just kind of spreads out, and all they just try to hide. But yeah, you've got 2 decently sized rats that you now.
You get the dog-sized one.
We have a cat.
I said a fat one, not one as big as me.
He's not lying. He said he'd find the fattest one he could. That was the agreement.
It was.
So, my end of the bargain is held up.
So, are you turning into an animal, Shiorn?
No, they talked me out of it. Oh, Kale talked me out of it.
And
So I'm
you
just.
guys you guys, the three-man group, you guys are just kind of waiting while
Yeah.
Mark is firing off messages.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a park bench to sit down.
Some random psychic is gonna get it. It's like, who the fuck is that?
It's like that fucking TikTok audio, like "Give me back my hamster, salami."
But you eventually, as you guys are like sitting there, you see General Tad fly. You don't recognize him right away, but then he kind of flies down and lands on Shioran's shoulder.
You don't recognize the only owl you've seen in Shard?
It's more just like not really noticing a bird flying at you, and all of a sudden when it's at you, it's like,
Fair, yeah.
it's General Tad. And then just kind of, and very silent as well.
Just lands on your shoulder without me noticing.
You notice an owl.
I mean, noticing it coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
is this
just kind of
this is
into it.
is this the one that Lyslin bought?
Looks to be.
As you ask that, it pecks you in the forehead.
Ow!
Definitely is.
I'm gonna cast shape with animal or talk with animals after that. Speak with animals again. Ow, that hurt. What was that for?
To get you to talk to me.
Okay. I guess Lyson found something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lyslin sent me to find you all, and they found a place at some place where people gather to be stupid.
I look at.
Accurate description.
I look at the others. He says that Lyslin found it. He gathers at a place that people go to be stupid. Is
Lead
that?
the way, bird. Not that it knows what I'm saying.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Anyway, it takes maybe like 10, 15 minutes or so, and then eventually leads you to where they are, which, as you guys kind of get to the sinking mug, you guys have to wait maybe about 5 or so minutes before they show up. But you guys are all eventually together. The establishment is a raised building off the ground. You can tell that the ground underneath it is a little murky and whatnot, so you can tell the reason why it's up on stilts. But there's a kind of a rickety, old-looking staircase that leads up to the top. It's decently well lit inside, and you can hear a decent amount of ruckus happening inside. It's kind of that classic Western type of tavern that you see, where you just hear like fighting, crashing glass, and people yelling and shouting, but you also hear music in the background regardless.
Sounds about right.
This is no place for an animal.
Gale, stay outside.
Amesley is behind Kale's leg.
By the way, I hold out the rat for Tad.
Who looks at it and then grabs it up and flies off with it.
I'm sorry.
And if you watch him for a minute, he goes up to the roof of the building.
What was that you gave him?
The rat.
Wow, I don't think I've seen one that big before.
You see, I thought that was that as well, but I promised him the fattest I could get, and as it turns out, one the size of a small child.
Well,
There are dangerous things on the streets down here.
Yeah, that... Okay, anyways. Shall we do this?
Well, you all certainly can. I'm not sure the stairs will stand me going up them. Merrick, if you need me, I'm sure you can do that thing where you were speaking in minds before.
Yeah, why didn't you
Yeah.
do that?
I shot it in about 9 directions.
Mm.
You see, this is partially why I got so many birds. It's good to see through, but if you bargain with them, they will do things for you.
Like bring you snacks?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Maybe I should get some birds.
Everybody has one bird.
Should we go
I'm sorry, should we go in what?
inside?
So are you all going in with said animals, or are you doing anything different with those?
Lyson's
I'll
staying
leave my
outside
cat
with
with
his
Lyson.
animals.
We'll leave Ace Ventura outside.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, and if I could, I would like to leave Ainsley there with Lyson too.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is gonna work real well. We're leaving Lyson with the birds, the cat, and the dog.
I mean,
And
it's
I,
still
and I
right.
tell Ainsley to behave. Don't go chasing cats.
he looks. You can as you go to like leave, Lyson, you can tell that it's looking at Kale kind of forlornly, and you can kind of hear this like from the.
I'm assuming 10 minutes is
I
passed
don't need
already.
these spell slots. I'll pop another speak with animals.
He kind of like looks up at you. He's like, "He's not leaving me, is he?"
Don't worry, I'm staying here with him, and as long as he doesn't die, he'll be back.
You kind of see his tail, just the tip of the tail, kind of wag a little bit more.
He seems trustworthy. I don't think you need to worry about him abandoning you willingly.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. You know, you're a good boy.
Tail wags more. You guys head inside, and it is a rough place. I mean, there's people at tables gambling. There's people drinking. There's people. There's one person that is just splayed out on the ground, knocked out. You can see there's shattered glass around where his head is. There's a very tall, probably a good close to 7 foot tall woman in the back. She looks to be human, but very big, muscular, long, red, beautiful hair, but it is just doesn't seem to be phased by any of this behind. She's just getting drinks, putting them down. When someone crashes something into the bar, she just kind of sweeps it off and then puts the plate down.
Someone slides along and she just lifts the glass she's holding up and places it back down.
I hide my holy symbol. I just kind of put it underneath my collar.
All right. As you guys step in, the most of the bar kind of stops what it's doing, and as a lot of the bar looks over in your direction as a Triton and a Genasi and a Fairy and Kale walk in.
Kale.
Who wants a drink? I just kind of look pensively at you all, and then I said, who wants a drink?
I'll have a tea.
Is
Sure.
any of them looking at us like aggressively or just confused?
More like, who the fuck are these people type of looks.
So there's that guy on who's passed out. Is he the only one passed out, or?
There's someone at the bar that's leaned over the bar.
But
you can see that the barkeep, she's walking actually over to them, and you see she grabs the back of his collar and then lifts up, and he's just, yeah, I think you've had enough.
But you said he had a glass around him.
The one in front of you, yeah.
Yeah. Is he bleeding?
Oh
Shirin actually doesn't notice everyone around them looking at her. She actually goes over to this guy with blood on his head and casts, which is the one that's touch?
Cure wounds.
I believe so, yeah. To heal him up a little bit.
Are you using the sickle for the first time?
Yeah, the sickle's in my hand. So that's going to be a d4 and a d8 plus 3.
Oh, great.
Rocks up to this guy, just like sickle in hand.
No, it's behind her back so that it doesn't look like she's not behind her back, but
Better.
like held behind, like to the side behind her. All right, that's
That really raises the question: is it considered held if it's like in the belt and just holding onto the handle?
my assumption was literally I had to hold it in my hand. So that's an 8 on the d8 and a 4 on the d4. That was a very nice roll.
It essentially just means that she's got to at least have one hand not free on it.
So that's 12 plus 3, 15 points of health for him.
15 points. More than enough. The dude is, like, you see all of his wounds close up, and he seems, like, rolls up, looks up at you. Just,
Are you okay?
oh, you're pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Miracle
kinda
pats
crosses
the guy
his
on the
arms.
back. Go ahead, Kel.
I just kind of cross my arms. I'm just standing behind him, like just kind of gazing down at him.
He looks up at Merrick, and
Miracle pat his back and be like, "That was some good booze. Might as well pay the lady."
holy shit. He stands up, stumbles over to a table. People at the table kind of like balk a little bit. He's like, "Excuse me, I need to help someone." He grabs him up, turns around, and just throws it in Merrick's face. He's like, "Oh,
Well, that was rude.
Was the
I feel
drink in
like-
Merrick's face?
I feel like
Sure.
Hades when his hair goes out.
does your hair go out?"
No.
But it's just like, just
Yeah.
covered in alcohol, and he's just, oh
Does he
shit.
does he have a coin purse on his belt or anything?
Make a perception check.
Meanwhile, everyone's watching this.
22.
Yeah. 22. He has a small one. It doesn't look to be very full.
I want to sleight of hand it.
This will be a disadvantage as he's currently looking at you and you're facing directly towards him, but you can try.
But he's stumbling.
True, but you have to literally walk a good like 2 or 3 feet towards him and then and try to sleight of hand it. You could try to do this in a different way if you like, but just try to grab it.
Well, I don't know. I was trying to hope, like, as he stumbles.
Cut out.
Yeah, sure. Roll a sleight of hand.
If it's disadvantage, it's a dirty 20. Yeah, dirty 20 for disadvantage.
He throws the drink on you and kind of stumbles forward onto you. He's, I'll put you out. And you catch him, you get drenched, but you're able to kind of like grab him around the waist, grab the bag, and just kind of slip it out and palm it. But you are covered in stinking ale. He looks at you, just, oh, you're still on fire. You okay?
I'm fine. And, like, under my breath, I pocket it, and, like, that's for the cleaning bill.
I'm going to shape water to get the liquid off of him and put it back in the cup.
He said Kale is starting to kind of
Facepalm.
back just a little bit and facepalm.
I'm over at the bar.
Shirin doesn't know what this place really is.
The tall woman kind of comes over after a couple of minutes to where you're at, Violet. What can I help you with?
Wait, the tall woman is the barkeep?
Yeah, the tall woman is the barkeep.
Unexpected. Just a tea, please.
We don't really have tea here.
Just hot water.
Not even a Long Island iced tea?
I can do that, I guess. On the house, I guess. And goes
Thank
over
you.
and she kind of grabs something and starts kind of like heating up some water on a stove in the back. And the if the eclectic group was not enough to garner enough attention, the casting of spells definitely is. As Jordan finishes casting a spell to completely dry up Merrick, and the drunk guy, is like stumbles back. Oh shit! Well, that's fancy. You mage, right? Yeah, I think that's the word.
Of a type, I guess.
Cool. I used to know one. I'm sorry. What was going on?
You were sitting down in your stool, sir, and you were just kind of minding your own business.
No, I don't know about the minding my own business. That doesn't sound like me. But sitting down, that does really just sound like me.
I think you should sit down.
Let's do that. And then he kind of like, as he sits down, he just kind of sits down and misses the stool and just lands on his butt on the ground. Oh, this table's really high.
I give up on that guy and I just kind of sit down in a different stool.
I turn to Merrick. Is he okay? He seems a little,
Merrick is feeling
Dumb?
a little edgy today. That man's poisoned.
poisoned.
Yeah.
Poisoned. I just decided.
Oh, well, I didn't bring the cure poison spell today.
He's poisoned by the drink.
That's unfortunate. He might not make it till morning.
Wait, is this that alcohol stuff you told me about?
Yes.
Merrick smiles. He'll be alright. He'll just have a major headache in the morning.
Oh, okay.
It's surprising he doesn't already have a major headache.
He is probably too intoxicated to feel that he has a headache.
Yeah. Alright, guys, can you kind of, and I kind of like shake my hand a little bit to like.
Oh yeah, we came here for a reason.
Violet's just mesmerized by the barkeep right now. Just like patiently
I don't think
waiting
Hill's
for
actually
help.
even noticed the barkeep yet.
She eventually comes back with the hot water and places it down. There you are, little one.
And Violet like gets out her tea bags and she's like, "Do you want to try?"
I'm not much of a tea drinker, but thanks.
It's different.
I can tell it's different. It's tea. I usually one points to the bottles that are kind of racked up behind her. I usually drink this stuff myself.
Do you have any meat by any chance?
Meat?
Mead.
Yes.
Violet glares at Kale.
And reaches back, grabs a bottle, pours some. He's like, "That'll be a silver."
I reach in, pull out a silver, put it on the bar.
How much is in that coin purse?
You search it real quick. Literally like 18 copper.
18 copper I didn't have.
As you guys are sitting
Put
here,
my tea bag. but I'm still mesmerized by the barkeep.
She walks off to a different person that comes up to the bar. She's broad-shouldered, and she's a unique sight. As you guys are sitting there, kind of finishing up, discussing, you start making your tea. This guy kind of wanders up to the bar and leans backwards, so like facing towards the door on the bar, like a douchebag, and looks to and sidles up right next to Shioran and kind of looks over and is like, "Howdy."
Hello.
How you doing, sweet thing?
This is the only thing that breaks my concentration from the barkeep.
Yeah, it also has attracted Kel's attention too, by the way.
I'm doing all right.
That's wonderful.
You just see both of us glaring at him.
Insight check.
What were you going to say, Merrick?
I'm gonna try to subtly cast message so that I can be Shioran's conscience right now.
That's a 12.
He seems greasy.
Shioran doesn't look comfortable,
Friendly.
but she knows we're here to get information, so.
He's a say in his later 20s, slick back hair, opened like way too deep, buttoned up shirt, tan, with decent looking eyes, stubble, has a dagger and a rapier at his side, some boots that seem to be that kind of like they're like a deep red that kind of throw off the rest of his outfit a little bit, but he's like he kind of like has one foot kind of out, like he's almost kind of like showing them off, and well, isn't that nice? Name's Eddie. You may have heard of me, and holds out his hand towards you.
Big Eddie?
Hell, you could definitely call me Big Eddie. I wouldn't mind.
That's what they called him, right? Did I just make that up or what?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry, I could have sworn. What was the name they called him?
Shioran's mind is Eddie the Bookie.
Eddie the Bookie. Oh, I would have said Eddie the Bookie instead. I'm sorry.
Big Eddie.
Where's Big Eddie from?
His
Where
ego
am I?
just
Big
went
Eddie
from
on the mic.
ginormous to humongous. Like,
Eddie the Booker?
Bookie,
Bookie, right.
yeah, so you have heard of me. Wonderful. Well, this is easy. Oh, I don't know your name.
Well. Do I
Feel the glare of your friends behind you as this question is being asked.
Wethrin.
You receive a message in your mind telling that it'd be polite to buy a lady a drink first before questioning.
So, I do know that the text of message means that I know who's sending it. So, I'm going to assume that he's trying to tell me what I should say. Well, it'll be polite to buy a lady a drink if you want to question her.
You see a big grin, a bigger grin even before, kind of spread across his face as he's like, "That I will. Barkeep, please." And she looks over and is like, "Eddie, come on. No. So please, 2 drinks right here. 2 shots. I promise."
And then I also send a message back to Merrick. So, Why are we here searching for him again? Not message, but respond to it. I don't send him one. I respond to his.
Get information about a house that he acquired.
Okay, that's some nice Final Fantasy X music. To Xanarkand, right?
That would be it.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Grabs the drinks and puts one in front of you, takes his and kind of holds it out to toast to meeting new friends.
To meeting new friends, yes. My friends and I did want to talk to you.
I did see you coming with this interesting group. Tink. And he downs the shot. Do you down your shot?
You know what? Yeah.
Okay. Roll a con save for me.
Saving throw. That's a 17.
Right. Yeah. You're able to get it down. It tastes horrible. Just that same like alcohol taste you taste from other drinks, but it's just.
She just like. Okay.
Now that name I was looking for.
Wethrin.
That's an interesting one. Just roll a deception check for me real quick.
I'm not great at deception. But that was a good roll. That's an 18 in total. I rolled a 17.
Yeah, you're able to get it off without hesitating, so he seems to buy it. And, well, that's definitely a unique name. You said your friends were here looking for me?
Yes, I wave Merrick over.
I'll walk over.
So, and his like demeanor changes immediately when he's talking to you. Merrick's like, "Can I help you?"
I'd like to know who your gains go to, or are you the boss of this bookie business?
Gains? What are you talking about?
Well, with bookies, people lose. Where does the money go?
Yeah, people do lose. People lose a lot. Would you like to try your hand?
Potentially.
Well, if y'all looking to try your hand at some games of chance, I'd highly recommend that you head over to the Red Curtain. Give you a personal recommendation to get in there.
What if I wanted to win somebody else's gains that have already been lost? Or what somebody else lost, I mean.
That looks at you kind of strangely. It's like, well, that's not really usually the way things work. You go there to earn your own money. You got something to trade yourself.
Somebody had something that I was interested in, and they decided to risk it before I had the chance to acquire. And now it's in your hands, and I'd like to acquire it from you.
Well, not in my hands, whatever this person of yours has lost. It's not going to be in my hands. Everything that I just help make the business. I don't actually control it myself. But I am one of the best bookies in town. I can promise you that.
So you're just a middleman then?
To put it ineloquently, yes. He looks over at Jordan. He's like, "Don't worry. I have plenty of money to my name. Don't you worry yourself."
Sharon gives that like Yeah, right. Nod. Mm-hmm.
So who would I actually have to talk to about this acquisition?
No. And everything that I mean, I send people over to the red curtain. So if you're gonna the ruby curtain, sorry, ruby curtain. If you're gonna be inquiring about anything like that, I guess that's where you're gonna go. I would not think you're gonna be getting anyone else's gains back, their losses back from there. You go there to bet your own money, not to request them to bet something else. It's a casino, man. What people lose becomes a house.
Is there a name of somebody I should talk to there? I also want to insight him.
Go for it.
19.
He's definitely not liking this conversation. He seems to be kind of closing off, and you can definitely tell that by his next thing he says, where he's like, "Look, buddy, if you're not willing to go there, just bet. And I don't really. This is not happening. So you can scram. I have business elsewhere." As he points to Shioran.
I'll wink at him and I'll put my arm in Shioran's arm and I'll walk away with her.
Shioran will allow it.
Business elsewhere indeed.
I'm staying at the bar.
Oh, by the way, I'm engaged.
Are you saying that to Eddie, or are you saying
Yeah,
that
to Eddie.
Oh, to Eddie. Whatever, freaks. Turns back to the bar.
I'm
single,
Poor
sipping
middle
my
man.
tea.
Okay, I'm single though. You can buy me a drink.
Turns.
Please
gives,
say that.
Gives a disgusted look to Kale and just, this place is becoming stale. Turns around and walks over.
I'm just like sipping my tea, kicking my feet at the bar, doing a little.
So,
I'm watching the barkeep again.
She's currently dealing with somebody who is vehemently requesting more drink, does not seem to have the coin for it, and he seems to, in his drunken stupor, have gained way too much courage. And when she says, "No, I'm not gonna be giving you any more. You can't pay. You don't get to drink. Fucking deal with it." And the guy's like, "Fuck you," and reaches across the bar to try to grab the bottle from her hand, which is then gone, and then her other hand goes around his throat, which then lifts him up past the bar to the point where his knees are at the top of the bar, and she's just like, "You reach your
Can
your
Mage
hand
Hand
across."
punch bitches?
Doesn't really do any damage. It's more like a slap than anything.
That's fine. I can deal with that. I'm just gonna Mage Hand from across the bar, but it's just like
She's just got him up in the air, one arm, and just this invisible hand, and he's just, "What the
and then
hell?"
there's just me.
hey, Shioran's gonna look at him. Hey, please don't waste the healing spell I used on you.
She's like, he reaches his hand past this bar again like that, he's gonna lose it. No healing spell's gonna help him. Get out of my bar. Just throws him, which he then just tumbles in, hits some guy in a chair.
Yeah.
And kind of scoots, spills part of his drink. He gets up, it's picks him up, and looks like another brawl's about to start.
Well, that's where
Violet
it's gonna go
puts
today.
her arm
That's where it's
her
gonna go
elbows
today.
on the
I'm sorry, you two talked over each other. I have no idea what either you said. Kale, what did you say?
I said if that's the way it's gonna be, then that's the way it's gonna be.
And then what did you say, Violet?
Violet just puts her elbows on the bar and like still like kicking her feet.
So, brawl is starting up again.
Yeah, the guy that you did heal is just like spits in the face of the dude that's got him, who then reels back and just clocks him, knocking him to the ground. He then like grabs the dude's boot as he goes down and pulls his leg. He falls, hits the table, scatters the coins and whatnot that were on that table. They get up, which knocks the chair back, which hits somebody as he's tripping by, which then he grabs the other guy and just starts turning into a tavern brawl.
He wasted the spell slot. Or he wasted the spell. Should we do something about that?
Nah, I prefer to kind of let him sober up this way. That said, though, where did that Eddie guy go off to? I was gonna look to see where he walked off to.
You saw him go towards a table that's in the back corner that has a couple of other individuals at them. One's seems to be a halfling, and the other one is a lizard folk.
Would you say that all the brawlers are in like, I don't know, 20-foot sort of?
Roughly about that, yeah.
I'll cast Entangle.
All right. You turn around, just do your spell, and these vines just kind of out of the chairs and the table and the floor itself just kind of grow out of the wood, and
I don't want to like destroy nothing though. I just want to fuck them up.
It's magic. Yeah, they fail, and the group of them are all just tangled up and restrained, and the barkeep looks over at you, kind of raises an eyebrow. It's like, well, I appreciate that. Please take your magic elsewhere. We deal with these kind of things all the time.
Can I have another?
Yeah, but that's
please?
a real quick way. Look, watch. Now y'all be really good. I'll let you go, but you can't. Okay? Blink, blink, blink twice for yes.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
My intimidation is shit, and I rolled not bad, but it's still probably gonna be shit. Hold on.
Violet the bouncer.
Not having. Is it intimidation? That's an unnatural 20. 16 plus 4.
All right. They kind of like all look to each other and then look back and start like blinking.
One of them goes, "You know we can still speak, right?"
Do they? Can they?
Stare,
Oh yeah,
stare
they're
vacantly if you
trained,
understand.
I guess.
They can still speak, but you did specifically say blink if you understand, so they all look at each other and then look back and start blinking.
And then I'll just float real happy with myself back over to the bar and finish my tea.
Do you let the entangle go?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of grows back down into the wood of the table and the floor, and the men will kind of like get back to their drink, and then the entire bar is now quiet, watching.
I turned to Merrick. I feel like what I was thinking about doing would cause a bigger mess. She did good.
Yeah. She actually, like, controlled herself a little bit there. There was restraint. I'm impressed.
Did I go? Where's everything?
You let it go. Regular you would have let him sit in it for a minute. You say you're trying to bang the barkeep?
I said impress, but honestly, wherever it goes, you know.
Can I insight check the barkeep to see if she'd be into that kind of stuff?
Is that an insight check?
You're not gonna be able to glean that from an insight, even if you roll a natural 20. That's can't really glean someone's sexual orientation from looking at them.
Hey, observation.
Oh, but can
man.
he glean if she's impressed?
If you'd like an insight that, sure. You roll an insight for that.
Well, that's a start. That's going to be a natural 20 for 26.
Nice.
She's noticed. She's keeping an eye on Violet, but not in the sense of like watching. Like, ooh, it's more of like, okay, I now know I have a decent spellcaster in the building. I need to make sure she doesn't do anything else. And so she's, yeah.
As charismatically
Violet's
as
just like-
possible, I'll turn to Violet and be like, "You caught her eye," and I'll wink.
We finally found the other
What can I
replacement for
say?
Air's Chaos.
Next time she comes around, I'll just be like, "Do you like dessert?"
And she's like passing, giving an ale off to somebody. Not really into sweets, no.
More for me. Do you like dinner?
Around that time, Cal's like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of
Do
get
you
up and let
eat
them have their
food?
conversation.
Do you food? Would you like food with me?
Okay, what about fairies? Do you like fairies?
Violet. Just full game panic.
I mean, technically, I guess.
But would you like to come and get food with me?
She kind of looks at you. Make a persuasion check.
At advantage, because I'm so right.
Good luck.
What's my persuasion? My persuasion is not good. I rolled a 12, but we'll.
Oh, what was the total?
16.
16. So you kind of. Let me roll. I mean, I guess.
Yay! I don't really know any good places around here. Where's your favorite place?
Not around here.
That's fine too.
Okay. Well, I'd still work until close to until we close. So.
When do you close?
In about like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. I'll be back then.
Gotcha. Well, Nim's it's kind of like seems really awkward at this. Name's Talia.
I'm
Violet. Good to meet you. She shakes your hand, but like your entire like forearm gets engulfed in her palm.
She just
I'm
shakes
just
you.
amazed by this. You said Talia?
Talia.
I'm getting major step on me vibes.
Talia al Ghul.
When the fairy likes the Goliath.
quick aside, Talia is like one of my favorite names, so that's like awesome.
Okay, well, cool. Yeah, nice to meet you. We'll be back later. And I just grab everybody and
Okay. So
Hmm?
if we get outside, I'm going to have to say something.
She drags you guys all outside. Lysla, you just see your group just like come rushing out of the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
I have a
surely
question.
take note of that. They'll also hear that he's been playing his violin out there.
Nice. So, I'm glad we're outside because I have one question right now. And I know it's asked a lot by people around us, but now I'm the one in this position. What the fuck was that?
With-
All of
I know
that.
what you mean.
I thought it went well.
Okay,
I-
why are you shouting?
I thought it went so well.
What went wrong?
We're not dead. The building didn't burn down. We all walked out of there. I'd say that's a win.
I got a date.
Like one of our only wins, actually. And we also know where we have to go now.
I feel like that went pretty well.
Alright, again, what exactly did I just miss?
Violet's into tall chicks.
Big, red, beautiful.
She was pretty beautiful.
You missed it.
Congratulations.
One track mind. Sounds familiar.
Eddie the Booker is a snob and a sleazeball.
An asshole.
He was hitting on me.
Where to go to next?
You guys gonna head to the Ruby Curtain?
Yeah, I guess so.
What time of day is it now?
It's like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Alright. So I got like 2 hours before I gotta head back to the magic place.
And Violet's got 4 or 5 hours before she has to go on a date.
We're going
So
on a
excited.
date.
Do you have money for a date?
Yeah. Barely, but
So
yes.
we can go win some.
That's a good idea too.
When she says barely, Shioran's gonna fish in her pocket and hand her 20 gold. Make sure it's a good one.
You're gonna give me 20 gold?
Mhm.
Good. Thank you.
I low-key giggled to myself when you said fish in your pocket because you're a fish person.
I didn't even think about that, but
What am I gonna wear?
I don't know why, but that hit me real hard.
Anything
inside.
you want?
I take
literally-
off my cloak and I put it around her.
She literally has a hat of disguise. She can make herself look
Yeah.
whatever style she wants.
I still take off my cloak and put it
I'm
around her.
really fine.
Your cloak around her would just be like a ghost sheet because she's small and you're medium.
I'm not exactly tall. I think it'll be less than that. So.
oh, whoops! I added that 20 instead of subtracting.
You're
It's
still
okay, I'll
probably
just use a
3
hat
feet
of
taller than
disguise.
she is.
Yeah, about 3 feet.
Yeah, I'm like 2.5. I'll be just smaller than air.
Oh, it doesn't change size though, does it?
No.
Then I wouldn't have done that.
Alright. So as you guys are deciding this and then start to head off in the direction of the Ruby Curtain, call that there for tonight.
All right.
Bring back up, start back up next week with you guys showing up at the Ruby Curtain and go from there.
That was an interesting
I
session.
believe that was successful. Honestly, I was expecting us to like end up in like this gigantic melee or something the entire time because like immediate casting spells, entangling people.
I was full ready.
Well,
to,
yeah,
like,
but then I got a
I
good
was-
intimidation roll, so.
Oh, believe me,
Ready
if,
to unload the mantle and just burn everything.
I'll be
I
honest.
mean,
Lyslin outside, if he got like shit's going down, was gonna kick the stilts and take down the building.
I mean, if what Shioran was planning on doing was gust of wind, trying to knock them out a window or something.
Fuck that! I have fireball.
I mean,
Yep.
that wouldn't have done much damage. It just would have made a mess.
I didn't ask
Would
how
have
big the
ignited
room
everything
was,
in
I
a
said I
20-foot
cast
radius.
Fireball.
Kale and I are just those dudes from Harold Kumar Go to White Castle. It's like, Poogie, let's burn this motherfucker down.
All right. Does anyone have an idea for an episode or a title for this episode? Because quite a bit happened.
What
That's
just
Your
happened?
meetings.
We haven't even made
surprising
it.
success.
No.
I know that we didn't even make it to the casino. So
Great success.
what was that? No.
That's funny. The one time Tori's gone is the one day it's all successful.
And you said it live.
That just means that we need the Chaos Minion back.
All right.
It wasn't a good day for Cthulhu to take a break.
That's a good name for it. A lack of chaos. A chaotic lack of chaos.
Chaos took a break.
Chaos took a break. Yes.
Chaotic lack of failure.
I like chaos took a break. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I
I'm a
think
fan
so.
of peculiar meetings.
Peculiar meetings? That works too. If anyone in the audience wants to weigh in, I'll be okay with that. Take a vote. Who likes peculiar meetings over chaos takes a break?
I think peculiar meetings is good.
Hmm.
Because it describes the pets and the bar.
Yeah.
I have a dog named Ainsley now. I'm so happy.
I have a cat.
Shioran has a bunch of animals to
Jordan,
cast.
You have a dog with separation anxiety and someone who can call that.
You all have a lot of animals that stray fireball is just going to kill them all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it on purpose, but if that's something like that does come up, they are not sprinkle, unfortunately.
Listen, man, I said that at 7.
To be fair, the reason Sprinkle survived was actually
Don't say it.
That was DM magic.
yes, it was.
Yeah.
You should really catch up, V. Because finding out that was great.
I am caught up. It's just we.
Ah,
Shit,
right.
yeah,
Good
we
point.
Say that live on stream, yeah.
Just like that particular detail. Like,
Yeah.
Because that's quite a big one.
Mhm.
You know? Like,
Good point. All right. Let's go ahead and get the Brian, please, the raid out of the way. Let's see. If anyone doesn't have a preference, I think I'm gonna go ahead and raid Winter X Roses.
I mean, feel free. I'm always suggesting people, so.
Yeah.
I am gonna get my full dose of D&D this week.
Yee. We got a session tomorrow too. /raid. Insert. All right, everyone. Y'all have a great night. I will be back Sunday to continue playing Tales of Arise, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will most likely be back next week for 7:15 to play some more D&D. All right. Everyone have a good night. The raid has begun.
Alright.
And I'm vamping for 3 more seconds. And raided.
Vamp, vamp, vamp.
And rated. Alright, in stream.